never went to journalism school before. So that's why I used to call myself a citizen reporter. And then it grew and it became a big brand and, you know, a globally recognized brand. And still tomorrow, I'm the most reluctant person in that sector. I'm not trying to make money off of it. But, you know, I like the idea that the brand is there, it's well established, and it's able to run by itself. Because one of the things they wanted to do in 2019 was actually to thinking that I was in possession of the passwords to the website. The DSS wanted to delete the website the night I was arrested, only to find out that I no longer run the website, and they were pretty upset.
Let's turn to one of the topics that you've been tweeting about, and that is the sort of the autobiography of Nigeria's former military ruler, General Ibrahim Babangida. I presume you've read the book, or at least glanced through it, because you've been talking about it quite a lot. I mean, what are the bits that stood out for you?
When you know Babangida very well, and when I did my literary investigation about what the book was about, I also found out the guys who were writing the book. They're based in Lagos, but I'm not going to mention their names now. I already knew what they were doing, and this was to punish his image. So nothing in my view stood out. He accepts that he was the Babangida that he has always been, a Maradona, a dribbler, you know, and he did a fantastic job of, you know, butting heads, as he usually is a very divisive character. And then he then arrived at his final goal, which was to tell some of the biggest lies available that he felt the country could clap for.
What were these lies?
The fact that he wasn't the one who annulled June 12th. He did. In fact, Babangida never wanted elections. He wanted to transmute from a military head of state to a civilian head of state. Every other thing he was doing between 1990 when we started getting...
Well, that was the rumor at the time.
It wasn't a rumor because I'm sitting here as one of the students who was expelled in 1992 after we organized Babangida Must Go. So there wasn't a rumor. They reached out to us and said, if you won't let this man become a civilian president, you are not coming back to the university, and they expelled us after we were arrested.
Yeah, but he never came back as a civilian president.
Well, he then created a diarchy after that period. That was how they had an interim government. Not the last interim government. There was a government that he created. He also created the National Assembly.
Yeah, but I'm not trying
in which some people were supposedly elected.
I'm not trying to defend him.
I know you're not.
But I mean, I traveled to Nigeria at the time as an international correspondent, and the impression that was given was that this was part of a process of transition.
No, there was no transition. He didn't have any plan to transition Nigeria to democracy. We forced him to do so eventually. And by the time he did, the damage had been done. So you're asking me what stood out in the book? Nothing, except that for those who weren't born or who didn't know about him, this might sound strange to them that he actually came. I was a little contrite. You know, he finally said, "Oh, you know, the June 12 election was free and fair." We knew that 32 years ago.
Yeah, but he said,
yes,
which is what really stood out for a lot of people, that he confirmed for the first time, really, that Moshood Abiola did win that presidential election.
No, he didn't need to say that. We knew that
he was a president of Nigeria.
We knew that already as of 1993, June 1993, after June 12. We knew that. I personally interviewed Professor
Humphrey
Wosu in New York, and it's on the internet, it's on YouTube. And he admitted, he said they knew, everybody knew that Abiola won the election.
Well, obviously he didn't know, but I mean, he didn't say it at the time. Now he's saying.
Because now it is lucrative. He wanted to use it to raise money for a presidential library,
right,
which is a scam because he was never a Nigerian president. So how can somebody who was not elected?
Well, he was a military head of state.
That's
and again, we're not defending him, but he was a military head of state,
yeah,
and the whole point of a library is to try and keep historical records.
But people who are accidents of history have no right to keep records that have been.
Well, they have a
distorted.
right to keep records.
No,
you may not necessarily. I mean, it's your prerogative if you don't want to go to the library.
No.
But I mean, that doesn't stop
I
him
don't.
from.
I don't
from
even think it's
holding
building a
from keeping
library. I don't even think it's building a library. But I hope he is building something that we can convert to what former President Jonathan said we should do, a hall of shame for all of them.
A very quick question before we have to go. I mean, we've seen lots of moves going on as people try to position themselves strategically as the 2027 presidential elections approach. I mean, you ran for president in 2023. Are you planning to enter the political fray again in 2027?
I have answered this question on your show before, that I am not one of the people who calendarizes their interest in Nigeria in election circles. I saw one of them on your show yesterday. You know, he has suddenly become.
I like that.
I has suddenly become an activist after being in Kaduna for 8 years. And by the way, he needs to confess also to us, where is Daddy Yatta? The young man who was abducted the same night I was abducted. He was abducted in Kaduna. Same night I was abducted by DSS in Lagos. Nobody has found him since then. So tell him he should come and make a confession about his whereabouts. But to answer your question, I am not in that league of people, you know, all these emergency activists who suddenly discover Nigeria is not good because election periods are coming. No. Our goal, and I speak for myself and those who have worked with over these years, who take the risk that you described earlier, is to liberate this country. And those ones it's not a dot on a calendar. It's something that we are committed to at every hour, day and night. So if we have any other messages or updates to give you, of course, we will reach out to you.
Indeed.
Yes.
And I want to commend you for your bravery and your continued good governance campaigning. Omoyele Show.
Let's begin what's trending. The senator representing Kogi Central, Natasha Akpoti-Iduahan, on Tuesday filed a 100 billion naira defamation suit against Senate President Godswill Akpabio. The lawsuit follows last week's controversy over seating arrangements in the Senate, leading to Senator Natasha facing disciplinary review by the Senate's Committee on Ethics, Privileges, and Public Petitions. In the suit filed at the Federal Capital Territory High Court, Akpoti-Iduahan alleged that Akpabio and his legislative aide, Mfong Patrick, made defamatory comments against her. I know, Rufai, you have seen this lawsuit, I mean, by Natasha, and there was a part in the lawsuit where, you know, Natasha talked about the legislative aide to Akpabio and from Patrick making those defamatory remarks, where he wrote on Facebook, "Is local content committee of the Senate Natasha's best right?" And then he went on to state that it is a bottled anger by the lawmaker who knows nothing about legislative rules. She thinks being a lawmaker is all about pancaking her face and wearing transparent outfits to the chambers. I mean, they found that comment defamatory, provocative, disparaging, lowering in dignity and estimation of Natasha in the eyes of her colleagues and right-thinking members of the public. I mean, that was part of the lawsuit. Akpoti-Iduahan has asked the court to compel the respondents to withdraw the defamatory comments and apologize to her using a national newspaper. I mean, usually it's like a lot of newspapers, but you see these sort of remarks, especially against women. I'm going to play the gender card here because I don't understand what pancake has to do with anything, or wearing transparent clothes. I mean, how dare you make such comments against a senator? I mean, I think that this actual defamatory lawsuit is quite on point. Well, in the meantime, the disciplinary committee was given 2 weeks to submit its finding with potential implications for Akpoti-Iduahan's standing. Senate President Godswill Akpabio, during plenary, suggested that her unfamiliarity with the Senate procedures contributed to the controversy.
I think part of the problem is when people come from court-declared senators, they miss the orientation. the management of the National Assembly is hereby ordered to organize periodic orientation, particularly for senators who are midstreamers, who can midstream and did not start when their colleagues started. Because I remember that this particular senator, on the day she was sworn in, raised her hand to speak. I was scared, but I had to recognize her because I was saying, you just gave her the rule book. Part of what we give to you when you are sworn in is a standing order of the Senate. So I said, has she even opened the rule book to know what she's going to say? But she made the contribution on that day. I think 2 days later, she brought a motion. There's nothing wrong in being vibrant, but there's a lot wrong when you don't know anything about the procedure. You can't be a reverend father and go and start the church service with communion. You must lay foundation.
That was quite an assumption by the Senate president that Natasha didn't know anything about the rule book before she,
due respect,
came in.
This Senate president, the way he speaks, only God knows. Berating her, he said that's the problem when people come through the court process. She has a right to fight for election and she got in. Said she didn't go through, the induction because she came through the cross process, but she's been in this house for a while. She's pushed bills forward. She's gone on foreign trips with even you, the Senate president, which we see. So it's now because she was speaking based on privileges, which she wanted to be heard, and now you are now saying this against her. At first, you are berating her. You are denigrating her. We must say no to what is being said to women. Then, his own legislative aide now went on a tirade on social media. Umfon said all sorts. He's Umfon sexualizing Natasha. Why will he say that, transparent clothes? So is he imagining Natasha in transparent clothes? Why would that even come to a legislative aid?
It's quite uncalled for.
Then you say pancake. So that means you're objectifying the woman. So what you also mean invariably is that Natasha has no brain. This is a qualified lawyer that's only pancake she knows how to rub. And he has been trying to lie. You know, when people do things and you slam them, they will lie that their page was hacked. Because Umfon also went attacking me because I stood up. And I will stand up for Natasha. The world should hear it. The truth is, there's constantly been a tiff between both of them. And it's not only Natasha, they've treated the other female senator, Senator Rutila Kingibe, that same way. They can quote the law about position and seats and all of that, but also there's a right of privilege when you have to be heard, when you stand on an order. When Akpabio, did his, the Saraki subject him to this. Anyway, we've already had intelligence report that they were going to submit that to the disciplinary committee and all of that. We will see. Yeah. They should not forget, there's already a court judgment as regards suspension. So you can't suspend the people of Kogi. Like all the senators gather at the back. I also hear, anyway, they've debunked the story that's fake news. I also hear they were trying to call, Brekete. Why did he grant, I've heard it's fake news. But see, like all your senators gang up against Natasha, we'll keep saying it here. Right. Because when you did your own, even yours was even worse than this. Yeah. Nobody was high-handed. Right. Learn to respect women. Enough of all of this. Well, even in his statement, he even still showed. So because Natasha came through a court process, which he fought for a case,
so she was familiar with.
So does it mean she's not familiar? And she's been in the Senate for how many months now?
Well,
so we should stop all of this. We know what's going on. I stand 1,000% with Natasha Akpoti.
All right. Well, she's been subjected to that disciplinary committee, but you know there's been more reactions. Let me just take Senator Shehu Sani's tweet. He wrote, "It's the responsibility of the opposition senators from the PDP, LP, and NNPP to intervene and prevent the Akpabio-Natasha rift from further deteriorating. Disciplinary committee can only lead to suspension," and that's a senator speaking. Yeah. I mean, what are your thoughts on that? Really?
All right, thank you. And good one there, Senator Shehu Sani.
That don't want to assess a government. That pressure was there, actually. And I think it's a good pressure to put you on the toes from day one, from the when you were sworn in to just hit the ground running. The pressure is there, and if you actually know what you are doing and you have plans for contesting an election, then after swearing in, you should be able to hit the ground running. And even after 10 days, you are asked what you are doing for the people, you should be able to give account of what you are doing. So 100 days in office, by my own assessment from being there before, it's not enough to actually to assess any government, but it's enough to know if the government is going to do well or not.
Well, this is a government you supported into power. Senator Monday Akpabio is no stranger to you. You are now a member of his party, is that correct? So I will be, I do not know if your assessment is going to be less than saying he's done very well, but if you were to look very critically, would you say that he has impressed you with his first 100 days?
Yes, I would say yes, not because I'm in his party or we're in the same party, no. I would say yes because I was, I think this to do, if I'm not mistaken, in another program, Politics Today, when I was contesting to be the flag bearer of PDP. And I came here, I read out my agenda was 6 points, and I read out the infrastructural part. I remember bringing a chart here and a design of the number of bridges I was going to construct in my first 1 year in office.
First 365 days?
Yes, in office. And I brought a design, brought everything here, and it was shown. And in 100 days, Monday Upeholo have started one of them, the flyover in Ramat Park. That is a major project. It's a major project that will ease traffic and movement of goods and services and also reduce accident. So even if I was not a member of his party, that alone has already endeared it to me. And there are other things that he has done that, Edo Line is another major one. It was one, Edo Line and Bended Breweries, I was involved in the conversation with AMCOM to see how we can bring it back to life. I couldn't complete it before the quarrel and the file was taken from me and nothing happened to that. In 100 days, Edo Line is back. So I can go on, and I couldn't travel to, as deputy governor, for me to go to my constituency. I'm an homeboy, I'm a village man. For me, I like traveling to my village every other week to be with my people. I couldn't travel to village every other week. Most time, I have to take time, like 1 month, to be able to go to village because the roads were very, very bad. And we're not ready to do it, we see as federal government road. And in 100 days, this governor has been able to partner with federal government. And I remember coming to this studio to say, if it means for me to kneel down and beg the president to help, I will do so. And I saw this governor kneeling down to thank president for coming to help us fix that road. So there are a lot of things, not because I'm in this party or I supported him. If he's not doing well, I'll say the same thing. There are 1 or 2 mistakes that we have also said, this one is not right, let's do it this way. But so far, by my assessment, he is bringing governance back to the people. It's not a package guy. He's bringing governance back to the people. And that is what is endearing me to him.
Well, I know that Ayo has questions for you. Ayo.
Thank you, Mokwe. It's good to see you again, Your Excellency. But, let's begin with something that you said you were quoted as saying during your one of your public speakings. You were saying that the programs and appointments made by the governor will benefit the people of Edo State. But you now said that you pray that he gets the necessary funds to deliver the dividends of democracy. Is there any, what do you mean by that, if you don't mind explaining?
Yeah, everybody wants to come into, when you are campaigning, you say everything you want to do without actually, especially somebody like him that was not in the system, coming to say he wants to be governor, he wants to do everything, he wants to put a condition on the road, but he's not actually aware of the level of finances of the state. He's not aware of the indebtedness of the state. So when you are making those promises and you are not part of the system, you think there's money to execute all your heart desire for the people. But when you get there, you now discover that the issue of resources is not as you thought it would be to deliver the dividends of democracy to the people. So when I hear people campaign, and I was in the system, I smile. I said, look, these guys don't know it's not as they think. So that was why I made that statement. And this clever thing the governor has done, which I applaud him for, which we didn't do, is his ability to be able to go to the center and ward the center for support. And the support coming from the center will free the state resources for other development. And that is what he's cleverly doing. And I think that will help him to develop fast.
Well, this is 100 days, and generally people would say, okay, you know, everyone, particularly in the executive, want to make the best impression within the shortest possible time and over time. So that comment that you made, of course, thank you for the explanation, but there will be those who will say, maybe you are already making excuses for him in case he's not able to deliver some of the dividends that he promised.
I'm really not making excuses. I consistently now, with what I've gone through and what I've seen in the system with my experience, I encourage everybody now to pray for our leaders. We need prayer, because if the governor fails, Edo State fails. If the president fails, Nigeria fails. So immediately we win elections, let's put politics aside and now try to assist. If you cannot assist through your effort, assist through prayers at least. I am one of those believers that effort and prayers work together. So, but if collectively we agree and we do that, we'll be able to succeed. Because, frankly speaking, resources are there only to the extent we are able to utilize them for the good of our people and putting the right people in place to make them work. And also being particular about what you want to achieve without trying to do everything at the same time. And that is why the issue of agenda comes. Every government, even our own government, the first 100 days, it was clear that we wanted to do good things and everything. But along the line, politics and interest comes in. And that is why I consistently, without missing words, each time I say support Okpebholo, I followed it up with, please also pray for him. So that those, if there are things that makes one to change and now become something negative, let it not be in its own time, so that at least our state can have peace and develop.
You led me to the next question that I had in mind all the while. Do you think it is possible to divorce politics in any way, manner, shape, or form from governance in any state in Nigeria?
No and yes. No, in the sense that it's a political office. So that is where you need wisdom to be able to separate politics and work. And you must be able to also separate certain offices must not be, in politics should not be considered for certain offices. There are offices that are professional. You must get professionals, whether they are in politics or not, but you must make sure that they are there to be able to help to engineer the system and make the system work. Whereas the political aspect is very key. Key in the sense that you must be able to respect people. You must be able to respect people. And you must be able to, this idea of they tell me to share money, forget about that. There's nothing like they tell me to share money. What the people want is to be identified with them. There are projects that you can give to these people and you keep the party and everybody working. And whereas there are projects you cannot politicize. Technical projects must be given to technical people without politics, and you must be firm about that. And there are projects that you can give to everybody and everybody is happy. But you cannot devote politics for a political office. But the ability to navigate and know where to bring politics and where not to bring politics, that is where the wisdom comes in.
Well, leading to, I'm still talking politics. Well, there are quite a number of frayed nerves in the build-up to the election for the governor of Edo State. Now, how do you, I speak about politics in...
All right, guys, I need to stop that video right there. Our presentation has crossed 1 hour, 30 minutes. I think it's better we start talking right now. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to every one of you. Thanks for your time with us today. Today's another day, Wednesday, 26 February 2025. I appreciate you all. Mother for mommy, that's good evening to you, mommy. Thanks for all that you do. I appreciate you always. Thank you very much. Peggy Monday, the first super shout of today. I appreciate this. I'm very, very grateful. Thank you very much, man. May your pocket never run dry. I appreciate every one of you right there. I guess I've showcased almost everybody already. Wabo Phyllis, Mike Akembari. Thank you very much, my people. Thank you, Peggy Monday, once again. I appreciate you, man. Thank you, CEO, Mr. Johnson, Emmanuel Light, and many, many others. Thank you, man. Wonderful people, and God bless you, man. Ajio Deborah in the beauty, Jedima. Thank you, God bless you all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'm bright, I can see you, man. Thank you very much. Kiss Gerahi. Thank you, Leonard Anozie, and many others. Olabi Pesuyemi in the building. All right, guys. I would like us to just move on right now. For those of you that want to join the panel, a link will be posted already. Just go to the comment section and get the link. Whoever that join us now, we just talk and round up with the show. You know, how you engage us is the most important thing that will determine if we're going to be here for a while. I appreciate all my people. Thank you very much. Phyllis Shaibu telling us that Akpabio went to Tinubu to kneel down because of flyover. When I remember, say, Akpabio knelt down for Tinubu, and there were this circulation across social media saying that Akpabio went down to kneel down to Tinubu to appreciate him for the election and all that, blah, blah, blah. But the damage control, I believe that's what Phyllis Shaibu came to do now, telling us that Akpabio went all the way to kneel down for the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria because of a flyover. Now, my question is, why would a governor kneel down or anybody kneel down for a president just because you want to give us a flyover? I don't know if that part make any sense to you or anybody listening to us, but I just thought I'd bring you back to it. I appreciate all my people. Thank you so much for your time with us. For those of you that want to call into the show, please, this is the best time for you to do so. I'm happy that my brother is already with me here. If not, we'll just talk and we'll move on. Thank you so much, my people. In case you want to call in, the first person is already on the phone right now. But at Origin, thank you very much, man, for calling in. Good evening to you, man. Thanks for calling in. Please talk to us.
Yes, Mr. Nigeria, how are you?
I'm fine, man. Good evening to you. Thank you. Talk to us, man.
Good evening. Your side is my side. I greet everyone. I greet all our panelists that come here every day. Mommy Diaspora, thank you, ma, for what you do. Thank you, Mr. Nigeria Watch, for your consistency and what you stand for. I'll just go straight to the point. You see, please, I'm talking to the youth of Nigeria. Please, please. You know, if we are not focused, we are going to miss a lot of things. This is, a lot is going on. A lot is going on. And I know, this is another coalition of this crooked criminal system. They are looking for a soft landing. So please pay attention. I mean, I say it one more time. The Ohanes in Igbo and politicians in Igbo land do not. They are not speaking for the Igbos. You see, all these things they're saying, when you, in fact, I will listen to Shawore talk on behalf of Igbos before I listen to any politician in Igbo land to talk about the concerns and the problems of Igbos. The first thing that needs to be done for the Igbos for now is to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. QED. Release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu so that we begin to start a process of healing. You see, all this jumping from the air and talking, and in fact, when I listen to them, they don't make sense. When it comes to the need, they are talking, why is he talking about Igbo coup and no Igbo coup when they cannot start and look at the crux of the matter? Before Igbo coup, there was a pogrom. There was a 1945, there was a 1955, there was a 1966 cleaning up of the generals. So why are they trying to cover up and try to present and say, let's move on? Thank God for Mr. Dele Momodu. Who is it? Why do they want to suck us into this same system? They need to come clean. Something is wrong with the system. The people that are the helm of affairs are the ones that are systematically, because of greediness or criminality or a system that is life-threatening to the indigenous people. I say it again, the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was screaming, he was speaking for the indigenous people inside this contraption called Nigeria. He was talking for the Hausas. He was talking for the Northerners. He was talking for the people in Plateau that were serially driven out of their ancestral home. And when he keeps saying that nobody is this, he said, instead of you people to continue on this, I want to get out of this hot water. Okay, let me take my people out. And today, he's in dungeon. Why are these Igbo politicians and Ohanes and Igbo talking about 10 trillion naira, an apology? Apology for what? Is it apology for the pogrom of 1945 or the 1955 or the continual? As we speak today, we cannot have our own, we can't elect a governor. We can't. It is imposed on the people. Example, Hope Uzodimma was number 4. And he is still, there is, from the reintegrated terrorists to all the ones that he gathered together. And as we speak, no Igbo person they cannot join any of these groups. So they import groups that they call with different names. They give them different names, whether it is Ebubagu or Wudodachi or non-gunmen. These are people, and who are they dying? It is the people. So they need to attack the issue. The issue is the criminality system that have refused to let the people inside that contraction breathe until they start that discussion. They should exclude Igbos. In fact, it is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that can speak as we speak. And anyone else, I know of 2 others. I'm not going to mention their names for their safety. So, Igbo leaders, politicians, you're not speaking for us. And I pray that everyone inside of that contraction called Nigeria should wake up and follow the right people and look for solution It is not in the hand of politicians. QED. Thank you, Mr. Niger Watch.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Madam Origin. Thank you very much, ma'am. You see, when we have a woman that can be vibrant, truthful, direct like this, me, I don't have problem. I won't lose my voice shouting here every day. Now, see the way this woman talk, Madam Origin. She break calm down, letting us know that this satanic, some of the Igbo political elites, they are the biggest problem that not just them facing today, we are facing in Nigeria. See, they are very quick to say they need 10 trillion for an apology. You know, instead of them to be talking about how Nnamdi Kanu, how they want to release them from prison. Just imagine. God bless you, Madam Origin, for that wonderful submission. I appreciate you, man. Thank you. But I'd like to move on straight to the panel so that I'm good with the people I already have on the panel right now. So callers, you might be lucky for your call to come in again later on, or maybe tomorrow we'll take your call. Thank you very much, my people. Help us to press on the like button, help us to share, press on the $sign, encourage what we do here. My brother, Black Panther, thank you so much, my brother, for joining me early. I really do appreciate this. I beg talk to us. Good evening to you.
Thank you, Nigerians.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
They hold that your brick, that car, they hold the brick now. Thank you, Nigerians. Your voice is down today. What happened?
Which brick you say make?
That car,
I lost my voice in that.
And I know now. When I hear your voice, I know say you lose voice. Don't worry, you are going to get it back. Now the wahala for everywhere.
Yes.
Everywhere, even the world is not stable now. Yes, see what Trump is doing to us. So I would like to thank you officially for consistently talking on this issue. You see, we are talking on June 12 every day. You don't see them now consistently, and this is going to go on. But we are not hitting the right thing. This is going to go on, and we are going to talk something here today, that which I beg everyone to go in. Let us use this thing as to our advantage. I want to thank Mommy Diaspora. Thank everybody that is out here today to really stand on the path of truth. And I want to thank the commenters. Thank you all for standing also on the path of truth. We have to do one particular thing today. Let us all share this broadcast, because there's a lot of things happening on the internet. People are fighting like as if somebody stole their property somewhere. I believe that some people are trying to come out of this things that have gone during the June 12th annulment. A lot of people are trying to get out of it. Yes, we should allow them to exercise that, to pull out that thing from inside of them, because if they don't go through this process very well, it will come back, hit at them on the line where we are going to the promised land to get this country taken back from these people. So they need to really pour it out. When they are calm, then we can now be. But let us take advantage of this terrain that is happening. Like Shore is taking advantage of it now, and he has read the book even prior to when it came, before it coming out. He knew what was going on. That is investigative journalism. And like I said here before, I said this June 12th. This June 12th, this book that Babangida released, let us use it to our own advantage. Let us not use it, or let us not fall in what they designed for us. Rather, let us package ourselves. As long as many of us might be trying to pour it out, let us allow them. But those of us that have already poured it out, let us try to take this environment and this purged out by Babangida. We know that there's a lot of lie there. Let us pick it and use it to our advantage. And this is how we are going to use it to our advantage. One, the first person that should be on the list should be the release of Kanu. Because this same lie that has been given birth to all over, that have been going around in the entire generations in Nigeria, the lies have been built up in such a way that if you can see, a particular section of the country lost people. Now, how do we take it to advantage? One, we can release a memorandum, or we can release a letter to the presidency, not the president now, to the presidency, for them to set up a committee of reconciliation. In that reconciliation, apology will be made to the entire Nigeria, and it will be made to also to the Igbo race. 2, 3. In that number 3, we can use this as a method in telling the Nigerian government, now that we have known, and now that everybody have known, despite some correction we need to make in that book, but we have all known that the lie that has been told to every Nigerians, we can use it to calm the system down by releasing Kanu, and also by telling the government to take the military out of the entire East and set up a good policing system for the entire country, so that we'll get the East down, then we'll get the North down. Then we can face other issues and other things, because we know many of the politicians are going to use this to play their politics. Like I said yesterday, when El-Rufai came to arise, started blabbing and telling lies, that even his kids, if they grow up and listen to that video, they will laugh at their father. Lies upon lies. And even the first son, abusing the presidency in a normal country, they will call you. Why should you go to that extent? Because you can be sued to court and everything can happen. They can manipulate the court system. Despite what you said is right, they can manipulate the court system and you be thrown into jail. One thing we need to continuously do, we should use this thing to make sure that peace reign in those hot zones that we have in the entire country. And to use this also to make sure that the president, they pass that bill for state policing. Because this has something to do with policing the country and defending the territory of Nigeria. Because all these lies, including the Boko Haram lie that El-Rufai came to tell us today, that is why I said the press should play back the videos of El-Rufai so that we can shut his mouth down. That is how to shut them down. You are not committing any crime by playing that video. It's a video that was in the public. And he had several press conferences. He had it himself. Then what are we supposed to do? We are supposed to play that video to shut him down, because you have to use their own system to clamp on them. Because that El-Rufai, the El-Rufai you see that man is very damaging. He's about 5 feet 4 inches. He's very, very damaging. We need to lock him into a box and throw the key into the Atlantic Ocean. What I mean is that we need to shut his lips down by playing all his videos. All through the social media, they should start playing his past video. That is the way to shut him down. We cannot sit down with him to talk, because he will be saying something that will get on our nerves, and will start saying all sorts of things that will insult his personality, which we cannot do, because they will bring all sorts of legal cases against us. Let us use his own voice to clamp him down. And I want to go to what Shore said. You see, And the INEC chairman that was in charge of the June 12th, the election of Abiola. You see, he has just spoken. That man is the hero of that election. That man, a book should be written on how he stood for the truth. A book, I guess he should write a book on how he stood his ground, on how he was humiliated by military people, personnel, how he was dealt with physically. He should write a book about that. And you all have seen, he has said it. It's not you don't need an interpreter. It was Babangida that annulled the election and not the dead. He wants the dead to come and speak and defend himself. That is not possible. You cannot lie against the dead because the dead cannot wake up. We have to say the truth. And of ones who have already cleared the hair. That is why I told you all. Most people said, oh, I don't need to read the book. You need to read the book. But I want to thank Dr. CM for sending me an extract of that book and going through it. We need to read it and debunk all these lies. Shore has read it. He's debunking all the lie. We know it's a lie. But let us say the truth before he goes to his ancestors. Let us say the truth to him before he goes to his ancestors. So that you know that he cannot Maradona us again because he's using the Maradona extra. This man cannot change. A leopard cannot change his skin. He played the game and the government used his book to make all of us busy. That is, they want to try to box us so that we can be arguing about it and they are doing what they are doing. So that is why I said, let us take advantage of this. That three things that I've mentioned is very key for us to speak alongside with this Babangida book. Anybody, they can set up a committee, but we need to set this out. That one, reconciliation committee, the release of Kanu, and to foster and strengthen our local security. The policing system should be given to the state, and the federal can have their own. But the state really need to do it. People that come here to say we don't need it, we don't need it. What you are seeing today, if we have communication among the policing of each state, they are communicating, they are changing information around themselves. All this corp of header men, all those stuff, they won't happen because there's exchange of intel among the states. They all have their borderline being well policed, and everything is done. There will be no room for the state government or the state governor to say this is the state security vote is in my pocket. You don't have the right to tell me that. Oh, I spend it. It cannot happen again. That money will go straight to securing the people of that state. It just lies in the hands of the state legislator to enact a law to counter that thing that makes the governor to just take that money and put it in his pocket. And since we have a federate, we are practicing federalism. Every state has its own autonomy, so they should define their state and withhold that money and tell the governor does not have power to do it again. Then they can further carry it to the Supreme Court if they want to use judicial whatever. They can let them put that process online so that we can debate on that, we can speak on that. Let us take advantage of this process. Like what the mommy that called in, I want to thank her so much. She's calling a spade a spade. If it were Nigeria that said this now, or one of us, the attack will come from left and right. I want to thank her. May God bless her. And I want to say to her that all the Amazons, like her, should start speaking for Natasha, Senator and Natasha. You guys need to speak. You have a lot of men that are backing her. I am for her. No matter what they do, I am foreseeing the impeachment. If she goes deeper, I am foreseeing the impeachment of the Senate president. I am foreseeing it, quote and unquote. I am foreseeing it. If we push harder, you know the president, he can, if he sees anything that will stain him now, because 2027, he might want to throw them aside. He wants a clean book to go into 2027, we can take advantage of it, and that Akpabio can be thrown out. So these are all the things that I want us to do. The Amazons should wake up. Wherever you are, wake up and start speaking for this lady. We need you at the front line. We are at the front line with you. Many men I want to join in this struggle. Natasha Akpati must go further, and we are backing her with everything we've got. As she's doing it, we are speaking alongside for her. So Natasha, kudos to you, and keep moving. Whenever you look at your left, your right, we are there. The faces of Nigerians that mean well for the country are backing you. Go ahead, Mama. May God bless you and strengthen you as you fight for the truth. You cannot be thrown down, because all of us, both male and female, we have equal right to power. Thank you very much, Najan. May God bless you.
All right, my brother, Black Panther, thank you very much. Guys, my voice is not suitable today, but I'm just going to be calm. Thank you very much for the wonderful submission. I appreciate you. But I'd like to respond to Love Mandoka. Love Mandoka, you kept submitting a comment, which I don't understand. I'll put it on the screen. And your comment, Nigerians will not about what David Dayen said about Sowore. And you submitted one earlier on, the same thing, but you are accusing me that I will not. With that word, I would have blocked you. But because you've been with me for a while, I won't block you. For next time, you don't accuse people. If you find information, you bring it in, we showcase it. As we talk right now, I don't even know what you're talking about. But I guess what you're talking about, maybe they would then have information about Sowore, and I deliberately don't want to talk about it. For you to say Nigerians will not, that word will not, I would have blocked you. In case of next time, I'm correcting you. If you have information, send us the link, and I promise you, I will showcase it. As of now, David Udein is not someone I follow like that. I have my reasons. But if there's information from him, of course, I will showcase it here. But next time, you proactively run more than your shadow to blame me on my platform for what you don't even know if I've seen, or you don't know what I have in mind, I will block you. That's it. Thank you. I would like to call on the next person. Madam Patricia, thank you very much, ma, for your time with us. Good evening to you, ma. Please talk to us.
Good evening, Mr. Elvis. Please let Mr. Jonathan go, and I'll come back after him. Thank you.
All right. Okay, Mr. Jonathan, rather. Okay. Mr. Jonathan, thank you, sir. If you are there, good evening to you. Please talk to us, sir.
Yeah, Mr. Elvis, I'm here. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
I greet you. Thank you for the good work you are doing. God bless you. Fellow panelists, I greet you all. From the diaspora, God bless you abundantly. All the commenters and the callers, I greet everyone. Welcome. I did said on this platform a few days ago about the Babangida. It's now becoming a saga. You know, it has turned to what was just to be an ordinary book launch. Has opened the Pandora box, and I said yesterday it's not going anywhere, because if you don't deal with your problem or problems, it will come back to haunt you. It will come back to haunt you. Most especially if that problem is even sitting on your body, on your own body, and you are pretending as if it is not there. You know, you continue to pretend as if it is not there. You are pretending. You are only hurting yourself. This is the case of Nigeria. You know, Nigeria is a very, very pretentious nation. pretending as if nothing. This will not go away. But it is for me, I look at it again as it's the Lord's doing. Because Babangida, in an attempt, I use the word and I use it very intentionally. And to some extent, in my own opinion, correctly so as well. It's an attempt to rewrite history, an attempt to distort information. This is what it does. And as my fellow panelist, the first speaker, Black Panther, said, this man cannot change. He is still the same manipulative Babangida, even at 80 or thereabout, over. He's still the same manipulative Babangida that ravaged Nigeria 1985 to 93. It's still the same. 1993 brought us to where we are today. If we want to go back to history, let's leave even from 1960 up till 1999, the first, election after independence, that we say the real, democratic process, even though it was not perfect, was truncated by the military. Babangida organized a palace coup. He became the leader. And this man ravaged Nigeria for good 8 years plus. The 1993 annulled election brought us to where we are today. Because in my own opinion as a Nigerian, if Babangida had not done what he did in 1993, or in other words, if Babangida had actually done the needful, what was correct then in 1993, I can say it to a very large extent. No one, I say it again, no one will have dared to be rigging election or elections in Nigeria today. So he brought us to where we are. And he has not changed. He is still the same manipulative Babangida, still the same divisive Babangida. In that same book, he talked about the election. In that same book, he talked about the 1966 coup. Now we can see some people are saying Babangida is a good man because he talked about 1966 coup, which we already know. We already know that the Igbos has nothing to do with the 1960. It wasn't a regional coup. He brought it out. Now, you can see his divisive nature and his manipulative nature of this one man. Even at 80, he has not changed. This man has not changed a bit. My call to us as Nigerians is that, please, Nigerians, don't let us forget our history. I'm calling passionately on Nigerians. Please, don't let us forget our history so that manipulative and divisive men will not come out attempting to rewrite it or distort it. When a nation fails to remember our history, that history inevitably will be distorted or rewritten. It is at a nation's peril that history are not well documented. In fact, attempts to distort or to rewrite history is criminal. is criminal. It is like committing, it is a sacrilege, so to say. Because we are not going to be at the receiving end of it alone, we that are living. Our children yet unborn will also be part of it as well, in a negative way. That is the reason why we cannot, as a nation, fail to remember our history. Because what happened at that event, that fateful day, sometime these past few days in Abuja, when some men gathered themselves together in one room and celebrating criminality perpetrated on Nigerians, laughing about it, clapping and applauding to it, is a testament to a nation that has forgotten our history. Leaders that have no clue of our history, they are the ones that are leading us. We cannot. It's dangerous, detrimental, perilous as a nation to forget our history. I don't know how to emphasize it. So that men like this will not come out and try to rewrite our history for us. What audacity. All these things that we already know. 1966 coup. You are coming out now to tell Nigerians. It's not that it is in your good. It's not that you are a good man. It's not that you are that good to that point that you are now bringing it out. No, you are playing the divisive card. That's what you are doing. We know already. It's not that you are a good man that you are now telling us that Abiola won 1993. We know. Everybody in Nigeria, we are aware of it. And I started thinking since yesterday, what is the objective of this man? Aside from being manipulative and divisive, why is he doing this? A soft landing? For who? For his family or for his son? So that they can enter into the mainstream of Nigerian politics again? Because I can't figure it out. Why this at this time? The only disappointing part of it is men like himself who are leading us today. There is no difference. For me, I'll continue to say there's no difference. No difference between them. Showore put it very aptly early in that interview clip that you showed earlier. He said there is more in Nigeria today. There are more draconian laws. There are more of them that are impeding on the right of Nigerians today than Decree 2 that Babangida brought out back there. There are more draconian laws today that are impeding you and I from exercising our right as a Nigerian. There are more today, even though the people that are superintending over it are wearing babariga and not khaki. So we must, that is why it is so conducive for all these people. So conducive for them to be able to, you feel so comfortable. You can sit down there and be applauding and be laughing because you are the same, if not even worse. Showore also said, wow, of course he's right. Is it take the Cyber Crime Act, their so-called Cyber Crime Act. Please take it and put it side by side with Decree 2. That same draconian, satanic Decree 2. Put it side by side and compare. And tell me if you will see any significant difference or differences there. The only difference is that one was implemented by a military man. The other one was a group of politicians wearing babariga, gathered themselves in somewhere called the House of Rep and the Senate to fester and force this down the throat of Nigerians. Call it Cybercrime Act. Because it's not decree, it's an act. That's the deception there. The content of it is even worse. Because it was Decree 2 that Babangida used to ravage Nigeria. Decree 2 was the tiger in the room. Whatever you say, if they go back and forth, they cannot get you. They will drop Decree 2 on your head. Once they drop Decree 2 on your head, you are going to jail. So please, this man has not changed. It's still, and this story is not going away because it has opened a lot. And the lessons that I pray so deeply that Nigerians will use it as an opportunity to begin to remember our history. Please don't let us forget our history, so that our history, right on our faces, will not be distorted by men like this. And let me quickly, just say one or two things on the other topic on this group of men that sat down, this video that you also presented on the landslide news, the panel of 3 men talking about Mr. Peter Obi. Again, regarding this Babangida thing, it's like these men still don't get it. They don't get it, still don't get it. Some people still don't get it. Nobody is saying that Mr. Peter Obi is not a good man. Nobody is saying that Mr. Peter Obi was part of June 12, 1993. Nobody is saying that Mr. Peter Obi participated. Nobody is saying that. You are not getting it. Even the spokesman that came out and be saying all of that, you are missing the point. Nobody is saying that, as far as I'm concerned. It is the validation. You may not be part or participant in a crime, but your actions and your inactions can project you as validating that crime. That is it. That's the point. That's why someone, I believe, Dele Farotimi, he said it's a validators club, mutual validators club. They gather themselves together. They are validators. You validated criminality. You validated the punishment met on Nigerians. Many Nigerians died. That is where we are, still where we are today, because of all this sacrilege, all this ravage, these criminal activities that this man Babangida perpetrated on Nigeria and Nigerians. That's the reason why we're still where we are today. So nobody is talking about that. Mr. Peter Obi might as well not even be in Nigeria at all when June 12 happened. It doesn't matter. We're only talking about so many people in that room, so many of them that we don't even know their names. They don't even know anything about June 12. But you being there, that's the point. It's an act of validating it. That is the point. That is the focus point, and I think they should not miss this. So I will just, I just want to, leave it there. Please, Nigerians, don't. My point today,
thank you
for this opportunity given me, is that Nigerians, don't let us forget our history. If we have been doing that before, obviously so, we have been doing it. Please, going forward, it is dangerous for a nation to forget our history. Bad men will come out and they will rewrite it for you. Thank you very much, Mr. Elvis. I really appreciate it. Thanks, everyone.
All right. Mr. Jonathan, thank you, sir. Thank you. God bless you. Okay, let me come to Ogasie. Ogasie, please talk to us. Good evening to you.
Madam Patricia.
Okay, you don't ready. Okay, talk to us, man. Good evening to you.
Good evening, Mr. Elvis. Good evening, all our viewers everywhere, commentators. Mommy Diaspora, good evening. Thank you for this opportunity to hear my voice today. Good evening to our panelists. Yes, Mr. Jonathan, thank you for your submission. It was really, really apt and direct. The history is something that we must preserve. We must preserve our history because nobody will, no country, read my lips, no country can preserve themselves without preserving their history. Because you see, your history, when you are able to document your history, you know your friends and you know your foes. And then you also know your gains and your losses. You know your mistakes and those things that you did right. So for the administrators of Nigeria, this fraudulent forced marriage country called Nigeria, which you people, none of them that is administrating it orchestrated. It was the woman and the man that was in love that named this country. And yet we are still dumb. I mean, I would say the leaders, they are still dumb to carry this name and be running with it. And they cannot question, who gave me this name? Who gave me this name? This name was given to you by two British people, and that's the name you have been answering. Okay, let's leave that one there. When you say you don't, when you neglect writing down your history, you neglect your generations yet unborn. Because like I said, history is necessary for your preservation, for your existence. If you will exist or you will be annihilated, it's all based on your history. So these people removing history from our educational system means that they have no clue, just as the ones that are leading from even when, after they overthrew the first set of people before the war, after they overthrew those people, from then till now, all of them have no clue. None of them have any clue. We heard here now that even some of the army generals, they promoted themselves now. They didn't go through the training and the discipline that is required to become a major general. They promoted themselves. So what are we talking about? People that promoted themselves, how can they have the wisdom to say preserving history is preserving my own generation? They will not, because they didn't go through the ranks. There's something about going through the ranks. When you go through the ranks, there are certain qualities that you abide, that you, by reason of those trainings, that will become a part of you. So they didn't have it. So the history that they are bringing now, this one Babangida is bringing, he can take it to the dustbin or take it to the dogs. Nigerians are not dogs. Take it to the dogs and let them shoot those books. Nobody. For me, those books should not be anywhere because he has nothing to offer. He has nothing to offer. Library what? Library my ass. Let me say it. Yes. Library what? Keep it in your own bedroom where you do your, when you were doing your evil, did you consult Nigerians? Mr. Unsu, the man, the Electoral Commission, you set up a panel. You said you set up a panel. Abacha was one of the head of the panel. Yet, when he brought the report, you said he is on his own. You report on your own. And you are coming to tell us that it's Abacha that is dead, that cannot speak for himself, that committed all this treason against Nigerians. Excuse me. Are you talking to a dummy? Or do you think we are in the era of when people were not enlightened? Enlightened. Maybe you are living, you are daydreaming or night dreaming. I don't know what you are dreaming. But it seems that you are taking us for a ride. It seems so, Babangida. Because I don't see any where you can look. You said Abacha, you are shifting the blame. But somebody that was the Electoral Commission then, or the chairman, whatever it was, came to you with the reports after you set up this panel for them to go and do committee, to go and, liaise and come back with reports. And you told them clearly that they are on their own, when they told you that, oh, please, let us announce this election according to our findings. The election will conduct Abiola one. Let us do that. You said they are on their own. Is this man lying against you? How can you say that it's Abacha that was in control? You are the main person. No wonder Abacha's daughter has the guts to call him weakling. Weakling. Yes, I join her to say weakling. Because how? You were in the commander-in-chief, and you say your chief of staff. Please, look, I know, and after waiting Femi Falana did to, what they call it, because of that old man, Afe Babalola, me, I know the supporter, I don't want. But this one, me, I will say yes. Yeah, maybe they should, we should call for the arrest of Babangida for annulling June 12th election. Because the nightmare when Nigerians they face today, the kwai, the ritual, what do they do today? Now all these are a result of what Babangida do, and in cronies that time. Might be this, that the result be this. So you cannot say now you are repented. Okay, are you a repented Boko Haram, or which one you want me to call you? Because all that one thing that you didn't do, one thing needful that you didn't do is what brought us to this place that we are. So how do we now? Where do we start? Where do we start? Where do we start to say now, so we want to forgive you? How? Where you want us to start from? The people that we don't buy, they forgive you before they buy. Their blood is still crying, because there are many people that died untimely. So Nigeria go say they forgive you now. So you go to say now, so it be. I'm not sure, because many when it buy, when they know, say God call them, make them. I'm not sure. Yes, because everybody came individually to this world with his own God-given mandate and destiny. If you call their destiny short, it doesn't matter who is interceding. Say make them forgive you. I'm not sure. Say it's possible. I'm not sure. So be deceiving yourself. And go on. When we say now scatter the whole place. Created 12 states. You won't carry your own, go inside grave and be what you want to do with them. You never reach time when you self will come out. You never reach. You're supposed to come out. Maybe you can't stay in Nigeria. How used to. Now you start this whole thing also. After the war and everything. Now you now start them. If Nigeria told 12 states. Now the 12 states now we see, so wait, don't how many now? Nigerians now don't feel like say they be one anymore. Everybody is divided. Everybody fighting for their own place. Because you came with this division, rule and divide policy. So it's time you say speak out. Akpabio, yes, you know if you go on like this, you know, remember saying a woman born you. Remember that you get mother, you get sisters, you get aunties, you get wife. Natasha not be your wife. Neither is she your girlfriend. Okay, as far as I know. If not, she will not say talk her. So as long as she is there to represent her people, leave her to do her job. All of you wanna leave her, make she do her job. Okay? Una way they delegate women for Nigeria. Una wanna remember, so una get mother and sister and daughters. Wanna remember. I don't know which kind of question be that way they kill a life giver. Woman when be say na no sooner carry una for 9 months. You know, if I not carry una, now let's pay me produce. Yes, make we talk am. Now the woman I bring you to life. Your papa not bring you to life. Your papa don't know what they call push. You don't know. Respect woman. Make your own life for last too. Make your days for long because it's very important. Not be only man, not be the born pikin. Na man and woman. And you don't see only one man they born. You don't see her. So which means nobody is higher than anybody. We are equal. Man and woman are equal. Without me, you are not complete. Without you, I'm not complete. So respect each other. That's the principle. So don't let anybody denigrate anybody. Please. Respect yourself, Akpabio. You are there now. We frown against, you know, when they say, you were not qualified, but you are there. We leave you there. So respect yourself. Treat everybody equally and respect people because respect is reciprocal. Okay? That's my advice to you. Mr. Evie, so I think I will leave it there. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you very much, Mother Patricia. God bless you, man. Thank you. Guys, help us to press on the like button. God bless you all. Augustine, unmute yourself or we don't come for you. We don't come knock for your door. Talk to us, sir.
Thank you, Niger Watch.
Good evening to you, sir.
Thank you. Good evening, everybody. All protocols duly observed. First of all, Niger Watch, waiting. Why did you lose your voice? May you go take orange. If you know the take orange just
this
to
Nigeria while I nourish person they lose voice.
Hey, the day when you go chop suya for midnight, you say, Nigeria fine, Nigeria. So anyway, man, no,
don't mind them.
Namandarita send me black soup or the black soup.
If the throat wants back that one, go your place. So
they're not jealous, Mr. Niger Watch. Yes, not jealous at all. If you not be chop suya for when you day, maybe you buy the good Niger go chop suya for night. I beg.
The day when you go chop suya, we not go hear what he say. This country,
look,
I don't tell her make it come up for night, make it pack in baggage, go house. You know 1 year, they don't catch on sore throat.
Nigeria sweet, that Fanta. No, they call Nigeria, make it know they talk. You are not gas the money, know they talk.
Make you enjoy the sore throat now.
You got a call.
No, it happen. Now we're about you know, get sore throat for where you did. I beg, maybe we leave that one.
Nigeria sore throat now, organize one.
No worry, leave her there, enjoy that pepper soup day. We will cure them.
Niger Watch, anyway, you don't see him. You advocate too much, and you just call Nigeria bittersweet. Now, so you could just describe Nigeria as bittersweet from now on.
See the wall of Nayo, they tease me a bit. No one. God,
now you organize that for yourself. I don't tell you come up for that place. You know the year.
Maybe you say make we talk truth. Maybe you say make we talk truth if we come here.
No, don't mind now. Make I tell a lie now.
No mind them.
Don't mind now.
Who are they talk now? Where truth day for what they talk now?
Where truth they be say you they say the day when you go to wax suya whether na we no see am now you go to top you say the thing sweet we dey miss.
You go to take how they make us yeah. You don't enjoy it.
No mind them. No matter.
That
I
is
not go
that is
matter.
what we
No
call
matter.
organized sore throat. Organized sore throat.
No matter.
If he be saying that from
No
Suya,
matter.
if he be saying
The
that
whole
from Suya,
Naija was.
Black Panther, if he be saying that from Suya, the thing, maybe.
Can you imagine? Go chop suya, come go chop agbado join am. Ah, that one na organized sore throat now.
Anyway,
All right, now, no
anyway,
worry.
make we
My
pity
voice
make
will
we
come
pity
back
am
tomorrow.
small.
No worry. Talk to
Okay,
us.
yeah. Okay, we go put them for prayer.
We go put am for prayer.
Actually, what I want to say is that this Babangida's book, it brought out sad memories. Sad in the sense that nobody will look back through June 12 and then be happy. To be honest with you. Even those who support them, do you understand? Forget about Babangida put it on for writing, then the general. There are some foot soldiers, even if they are alive, all these people where if they won't be happy. Because to be honest with you, that June 12 marked. In fact, why people say is this is that say Abiola na Muslim, King Ibe na Muslim ticket. King Ibe na Muslim, but did anybody care? Did anybody care? Nobody. The thing is that's why that June 12, whenever they mention it, they shake head. Not be only 4 years Abiola go 93 to 97. Bam, he do well. You give him 4 more years. 2001. We don't forget him. Don't move. But look at this idea that power no go shift. Because the intent that why they cancel all this and forget about all this reason why Babangida go they give. Not because they did not want to, according to them, did not want to hold power. That's all. Nothing more. If they want power to shift, Olufalaye was in SDP winning the ticket in those days. No way. And the other politicians. But well, and then look at MKO Abiola. So to me, whenever they mention June 12, I pay tribute to 2 heroes of democracy. Number 1 is MKO Abiola. Why do I say Abiola is a hero? Not because he contest in their ballot and he won. No. Not because of that. Abiola is because of the courage the man had in the face of the military to declare himself president-elect 1 year after. By 1993, after the election, South Africa were getting ready for their own election in 1994. Immediately, Mandela won. Do you know that the day Mandela was being inaugurated, because it was a history, the whole world was shaking. Bill Clinton, all world leaders, because Mandela was 27 years in prison, then he came out, won a clean election, and then South Africa, they said, now apartheid is crushed forever. Because the apartheid means that they don't want black man to rule South Africa. But now Mandela came out from prison and they still maintained. So the whole world leaders were there. Abacha wasn't invited. Abiola was invited. What does that tell you? That was the stamping that June 12, the leader they know from Nigeria, the giant of Africa, so they call us there because we have everything going, was MKO. Abiola went there. He saw Clinton, Jesse Jackson, civil rights leader in America. When you see President Clinton, it's like you see the president of the world. Whoever, even celebrities, film actors, Clint Eastwood, all of them invaded South Africa. Let me use the word invasion. So and they said camera, according to Nigerian media reporting, they said whenever they want to, anywhere Abiola go, Black Panther, you there expressway. So anywhere Abiola goes, the flashlight goes on him. They are looking at him. Say last year this man won an election. Because of that, Nigeria became a pariah state. So when Abiola came back, the media asked him about his experience in South Africa. Because even if it's me, I will do so. Abiola imagined himself saying, "Na him for B. Now, him for the lead Nigerian delegation as Nigerian president, coming to say South Africa, welcome back from the cold." But Abacha, because the world, nobody want to see Abacha. How can they? Abacha was not invited to South Africa. for Mandela said, go and ask him, go and check history. It wasn't. It was Abiola they invited. So Abiola went with different Nadeko people all over the world. They invaded. And they used it to even lobby America. So when Abiola came back, they asked him, they asked him, this mandate you've been having, when are you going to claim it? Abiola said, smiling, on the first anniversary of my victory. The victory was June 12, 1993. The first anniversary would be June 12, 1994. And Abiola was saying this in May or thereabout 1994 after coming back from South Africa. So a month later at Ekpetedo, he declared himself, he said, let the heaven fall. So the guy is brave. Forget about, not be said because he won. What I'm telling you, these are facts. 2 days later, a day later, for those of you that know Sulere or Lagos, from National Stadium, opposite National Stadium is the road called Alhaji Masha Road. Okay, it's Western Avenue. National Stadium is on Western Avenue. But directly opposite it is a road called Alhaji Masha Road in Sulere. At the end of that Alhaji Masha, as you are coming, you have a Gunlano Drive to the left, then Akerere to the right. As you are coming again, you have Adelabu to the left, Adelabu Street. Then to the right is Ogunlano Drive. At the bend of that Ogunlano Drive, there used to be one Edo man called Benson Owashe. He started selling brand new Mercedes. This one not be Tokumbo. He opened, they call it Mercedes Place in Sulere. It was there that Abiola, people saw Abiola waving, open this thing, waving to the crowd. The next day, he said he won. No, these are facts. These are history. These are facts. Any journalist will tell you. So press said, oh, they cited Abiola in Sulere. That was when the manhunt started. Because when he was saying this at Ekpetedo, they think it was a joke. So to that, I said the man is a hero. That's why I rate Abiola hero, not because he won an election or this, but because of that courage he took. He said I had to. And in that Ekpetedo, he said Nigeria should not look to anything unless they look up to him. He is their president-elect. That they repose his mandate. He's not going to relinquish it unless the people so demand. That was the English he used. So he can never relinquish it. So the guy is a hero. When he was arrested, and then still before, Abiola was not tried. Nobody should say Abiola did not stand trial. Say Abiola stood in the dock with his lawyer, maybe G.O.K. Ajayi, and then government lawyers. Abiola was not tried. The picture people saw about Abiola was a man coming down from Black Maria, carried like a criminal. These are facts. Then number two, the hero of democracy is Professor Humphrey Nwosu. Why do I say so? Not because he conducted a free and fair election, called option A4, we explain that later, but because of the fact that when the people will say they own Nigeria, because the real thing about June 12 is not because they don't want power to move, to leave IBB, to leave the North. They don't want. The real people they should have handed over was Ali Chiroma in the days of a PAP, all those they are nonsense. Let IBB dissolve it. So and ban those people. So when Tofa is a paperweight, Abiola was not part of the team. When they banned all these big politicians, thinking that he will succeed, then people like Abiola, everybody lost interest. I remember they said Zeke told Babangida, this is the time for you to go. They've dribbled Nigeria enough. You enter 1985, they said in 1990 you go hand over. 5 years later. When you reach 1990, you say, make it be 1992, you still have so many things to implement, the population, all this, all that. When they reach 1992 again, October, you say that January 93. When they listen, January 93. When they don't reach January 93, you say now August 93. People became annoyed. That was when they said, Bilas Ozi told him, say, look, you just have to leave. That you've deceived Nigerians enough, everything. So because of that, Humphrey Nwosu, Abiola then insisted, he said the coast was clear for people like that. Abiola was not part of the transition. He didn't contest in 91, 90, all those. It was then, after all those things. Abiola said then, it wasn't clear whether Babangida no go they dribble this thing, he go ban these people. Later he go and ban them. Then he now ban them with decree. These are facts now. And I make Bola Ige say, the 5-party Abacha, okay, that one Abacha, but Bola Ige, people like that were banned. So why I mention Humphrey Nwosu is that Humphrey Nwosu said I mean, because Abacha, I mean, ABB is caught in a web. You know, get as you go dribble. You go to dribble yourself. There's a thing they said the king said anybody will go recommend the cloth where you go wear, you go give and this thing. If you bring any cloth come, he say, don't wear this one. And they enjoyed anything from all over the world until somebody, king, saying they're naked. They say, this kind dress where you wear now, you never wear them before. He say, not true. Say na nakedness in go show. So Babangida don't over dribble to get out. He now want a way to see if he can annul the election to stop it. He brought in Zeribe, all those that ABN, the gang where they there, that they should talk or that this thing is not mature. Instead of handing over all this, they went and got court injunction on the 11th of June. When I remember, the thing was delivered in the almost night. That's why they call a midnight court injunction by Justice Ikpeme. I don't know where. I think Abuja High Court. They show Humphrey wants to say, see, there's a court injunction to stop this election. Humphrey wants to said election must go on because of that phrase.
Mr. CM, from
Yes?
Justice, who you call the name again?
Justice, injunction. I said, okay, the Justice Ikpeme also. Ikpeme, I think Ikpeme from Cross River, yes. It's one. That is that people. So when they show ordinarily, if they use injunction, say, court don't stop this thing, you go back court order. But Humphrey wants to say nothing on earth can stop. The election must go on. This is a civilian talking to. He said election must go on. He said that was what shocked Colonel. This what they call him, Halilu Akilu, director of military intelligence. These people where they think they promote them because of after Delegiwa issue. Since then, you know the right. Then Togu and all those people with IBB, all these things they start. And the way they do it, in 30 states they get that time. They don't move what they call sensitive material and all those things where they go take. So every state don't get their own. They wait. Tomorrow should be Saturday, June 12th. Humphrey wants to make a broadcast, went on air to say election must go on. No court injunction, because he was talking, very annoyed. He said no court injunction can stop it. That they already had a decree that election must go on. So bringing this court is not going to bear anything. Tomorrow election must go on. And everything. And tomorrow Nigerians trooped out. Unlike Nigeria, very peaceful. So now it make me, because of that, election must go on. Because ordinarily they say they induce them with money. That take this. After all, you now have a leeway. You go say, well, I tried Nigerians, but I have to obey the rule of law. You can't, court injunction, the court has said so. So election cannot go, but somebody can go and challenge it to remove it so that maybe in future, because IBB wanted to defy it by maybe something and see how they are going to rig it. You don't day late. That's why if you're the dribble, you get as you go, you don't make mistake. So that was why I say Humphrey Nwosu is a hero. That was how the thing, June 12th was done. And do you know for the first time, what didn't do? All this idea of a collect result, bring here. If Nondo State don't ready, you send them to Abuja. As they come, they release them. There's nothing like a go release. The whole election result was not released like all this one. What would they do? From this, one person could. If Nataraba ready, you bring them. Nigerians were waiting on the street. Something like the road where they have INEC headquarters for Abuja. There's like electronic scoreboard, like say you there National Stadium. People they stand for road, they look, say, okay, now Bauchi they come now. Okay. Enugu State. This was how it was. He was releasing the result. He was releasing it to Nigerians. It was nothing like that. And so far, ready, you bring it, he did scoreboard. To stop the man from releasing the whole result, they have to bring that Halilu Akilu. They came to this thing, strong room. They slapped the nonsense out of his face. Quashed everything. All of a sudden, Nigerians who are listening on radio, everything stopped. That's why I call the man a hero. They dealt with him. Say, who are you to ridicule the military, all those type of things. Pressmen were writing like those days in Punch. When we get to Joe Elegba, we could just because see money buy paper now. You could just look headline where they put for that. It said Nwosu missing, Nwosu nowhere to be found. On that June, he was releasing the result that day. That's why it took them. The day they annulled the result was on June 23rd. That is 11 days later Go and check. June 23rd was Wednesday. Because for 1 week, June 12th, Saturday to June 19th, Nigerians were confused. Humphrey Nwosu didn't say anything. Nobody even see him. So say whether he don't buy him, whether he because you have to say what is happening in INEC, and everybody were keeping quiet until June 23. That's why say Babangida say although people have seen that may say that the election was free, fair, and peaceful, but there are still this. All those ones now make up. All those ones now make up. So they were thinking of what to say. So this was the story. What I've given you is the story of June 12th. And the way why that election, we can't conduct that type of election again is this. What they call option A4 is not that you go and buy expensive form. Let's say you belong to party A, B, C, D. Now 4 parties of A to E, they contest. Option A4 means say if you belong to party A, you go to your ward in your state. Now, let me use Edo State to say Edo State is the state. All the parties are in Edo State and they want to contest. If you go to your ward, let's say for Bini as a town, then you go to a place called something like Akpabio area. Let me say something like Akpabio area, and there be your ward. Every party, everybody where one contest under one party, go buy form. All of them go do, and that is ward Congress. If you win, you represent Party A at the Akpabio ward of Oredo local government. Let me just take it like this. So all the parties A to E go get one person representing Akpabio ward at Oredo local government. Then 5 of you go now go to compete at the Oredo local government with all the wards made up of that makes Oredo local government. In the end, only one person go come out as representing that local government for that party A or party B or party C or party E. Then all of 5 of una for that 5 party go now move to the state level. At the state level, it becomes option A3, ward level, option A1, local government level, option A2. Then at state level, it becomes option A3. So every party, what happens in party A will happen in all the parties. So you, where they represent Oredo local government, go they compete with somebody from Ovia Northeast, maybe Agbazilo or Esako, or the owner, 18 local government, all of them go compete for who will represent Edo State in one party. So that is option A3, you don't win. See, from where you start, you never reach Abuja. By the time you they represent Edo for party A, me they represent Edo for party B, all of them go gather different parties at Abuja. Then the whole 30 states go compete among themselves in each party. Only one person go come. That was how Abiola emerged from his ward in Abeokuta or whatever. That is option A4. State federal is A4. State is A3. Local government is A2. Then ward is A1. Very clean, and then Nigeria they use them again. Open. So that's why it was quite clear. So if you can't just go and buy from in Bambuzu. You have to start from your ward. If you know win there, you are not moving to. So if you didn't pass elementary 1, you can't go to elementary 2. Now so you go to do a more until everything. So when this was why the election was so clean and people were happy, because every year you go see, I say, this man where they make mouth, or he don't go in ward, they defeat him, or he go local government, he no fit win. Because Fabiola to emerge in Ogun State, he competed with every other person from that same SDP in different local government of Ogun State before he was able to defeat them and become number 1 for Ogun State. Then went to Abuja to represent Ogun State under SDP, competed with Anam, because every state will have their own presidential candidate for every party. So when I reach there, now party, you are competing with the rest. So until you win, if not, then go they repeat them until you win. So that thing is very politically scientific. So that when all these things happen, there is no reason for military, and Nigerians were so happy. So you can now see where IBB brought Nigeria. Like Jonathan said, and I also said it before, Nigeria has never recovered from June 12th. Our downward trend started like this. Since then, Nigeria, and I don't think we can ever recover. Because that thing through Nigerians, 1, people lost hope. Secondly, Abacha came and then started to dabaru everything. That was when they now introduced tribalism into politics. I'm telling you the truth. Post-modernism, that was when tribalism now took root after that June 12th election. That was then that's when I see rejoicing from north and south. Everybody were happy. Oh, where Abiola is now going. Not because Abiola, but the system now is not easy. If Oyegu was the governor of Edo State, not be retired civil servant, where is the money? Ezife of Anambra State, they all permanent secretaries. Where Oyegu get money? Where you take contest, they win for Edo. Because you have to go from the grassroots. People know you as because they have to go to ward. If you win for your ward, you compete in local government until you get to becoming this thing before you win. So this was how people like retired permanent secretaries, most of them plenty, became governors. And that was what it should have been. Babangida dabaru everything. Now businessmen, drug peddlers can now come and take over. So this is exactly where Nigerian problem started. Post-modernism, civil war. We are trying to heal. After 1970, people are getting used to, well, what can we do? What can we do? Then it's healing. People are forgetting. We are mixing everything. We are mixing until Abiola should have been the person. After him, then any other thing, because it's not easy. If you want to win, you start from your ward. If you don't win in your, and in ward now, everybody know you. Now there they go show you pepper. If you can't win in your ward, that is it. So Niger Watch is a very, what I'm telling this, most Nigerians know it. I know I've taken a lot of time, but it's painful. That's why it's painful. Some of us, when I remember all these things, I shake my head. IBB, I support Falana. Even if na in bone remain, please sue and to court. Let it be on record that after this nonsense. Hey, by the way, when somebody said, I take responsibility, you know what Oyibo they mean? When you take responsibility, it means that you bring your two hands, handcuff me, let me face the law. That is the meaning of I take responsibility for what happened, which means you are ready for the punishment. That is the meaning of that word. For those who know. Thank you.
All right. Ogasim, thank you, sir. Thank you very much for your submission and your time. Thank you, sir. Oga Prince Collins, it's good to have you on the show. Good evening to you, sir. Talk to us.
Thank you very much, Mr. Nagawash. Yeah. Good evening, everyone. Viewers at home, I greet you all. My big bros and sis in the comment section. I celebrate you all for your wonderful job. And those that are, giving us super chat and other chats. May your pocket never run dry. May God reward you in the thousandfold. Mr. Elvis, shall be well with you. May God give you strength. May God continue to renew you at all time, both physically and spiritually, for you to be able to, continue with that spirit of resilience and continuity. Shall be well with us all. My panelists, I greet you all. May God bless you all. I haven't said that. Can you hear me clearly? Can you hear me? Okay. So, what is it's a pity that this period is a wonderful period. For me, we've all spoken very well. I came in from the submission of my brother Jonathan and Black Panther, with our sister, Madam Patricia, with finally my brother, Dr. Sian. We've all spoken very well. So let me deviate a bit. Saying the same thing with the same submission. For me, it's quite a wonderful time and a very big time of reflection, going back to when it happens, and it's I think it's about 32 years now, if I'm not mistaken. June 12, 1993, almost 31 to 32 years. We are fully grown up then. We participated in all these activities. Most of us were, on our adolescent and youth age, we are actively in politics then because of the interest we have for our nation. You see, there is something I want to talk about in regarding this issue. You know, like when we were submitting his submission in an interview with Showore some years ago, you know, I really appreciate what Nwosu said, you know, regarding IBB and Abacha. You know, you see, there's one thing. The agreement, because I had it then, I can still remember I had it then. There was an agreement between IBB and Abacha before the coup that happened that brought them into power. I had it then. It was a rumor then. And Nwosu, with the submission of Nwosu, you know, it becomes very obvious that that was certainly what happened. You see, when this is the problem we are still facing up to today, when you want to create a cabal to take what does not belong to you, you come into a necessary agreement, and at the end of the day, if you don't fulfill the agreement, other people will begin to pay the price when you are fighting. Benin, there's a parable in Benin that is translated as when two elephants are fighting. When you have two elephants fighting, you know, it is the surface of the ground. You see, before the coup, there was an agreement between IBB and Abacha, just like what I thought happened between Buhari and Idiagbon then, because when IBB came, Abacha was, you know, obviously around as somebody that was just there when Buhari was there, as Idiagbon was obviously around. You know, then when you watch TV, the kind of, I can still remember the deep marks, the tribal mark that was in Abacha's face then. Horrible face that time. I remember when I watched TV, when Babangida is doing anything, Abacha would just stand with his horrible black face. He looked like black man devil then. So it was even terrifying people at that time. So that was what made so many elections, including June 12th, to be cancelled, to be announced. You know, they were playing with the intelligence of Nigerians then. They were playing with the intelligence of civilians, because I understand then that Abacha was always pressurizing IBB not to let election hold, that you need to rule. I have this thing then, clearly. So with what Nwosu have submitted, it shows that that was actually true. You know, that would be very difficult, you know, to see that the election that destroyed Nigeria, it is this same June 12 that destroyed the family of Abiola in totality. It was this same June 12, because I said we don't reflect. June 12 destroyed the family of Abiola totality. Kudirat died, Abiola died, and so many others. And he ruined that, the wealth of that family, and brought them to nothing. June 12 brought Nigeria backward 10 times in terms of development. Democratically, it brought us backward 10 times against other nations that are even younger, that was learning from us then. June 12 led to the death of so many innocent Nigerians that exercised their franchise, hopefully voted, and their effort was thwarted. June 12 is one of the events that discouraged decent and credible, you know, decent, credible, and capable Nigerians, you know, from participating in political activities, you know, that has led us to political agberoism in Nigeria today. It was June 12. You know, I want to, you know, give kudos to Obasanjo that is trying to orchestrate these people, stimulate them to do what they are doing right now. Because this is just, for me, it's a condition of a put up panel. Because when you don't reflect, when you don't talk about the truth, when you don't let people will not learn from anything. So history need to be told, they need to write. So I'm expecting others to do theirs. I wish Ojukwu was still alive. He would have had his own story, you know, to give to us, that would have acted as a counter story. It's painful, you know, death is inevitable. May his soul rest in perfect peace. You know, history for me is a material for a reflection. For reflection, and reflection, you know, happens to be the best way of learning, because it's used, you know, it makes us to look at the past, you know, relate to the present, and as well, we can amend the future. History is very, very good. You know, these stories, they look as if it's very sympathetic. People feel a different way, but this history that need to remain with us. unborn generation to see it, they should listen to it, you know. So I expect Yakubu Gowon, you know, who was also in the middle of all these activities, to write his book before his death, because death can come at any time. It's better for him to do it soon. Let us hear it. We need library for all these things, because this is about Nigeria, not about anybody. So it's very, very important for them to do it, whether they are going to suffer the penalty or whatever, but history need to be told, and the record need to be kept. So Gowon made, there is one thing I saw there. Gowon made a sensitive submission in that launching of that book. You know, he said a story of how he lured IBB and others into military through their head of school. I don't know if anybody heard it. And he said they were 10 or 15. IBB was saying 10, he was saying 15, you know, like that. Then he said Abdul Salam was there, IBB was there. I think Mama Vasa was there as well, because I remember that it's IBB that killed Mama Vasa, and so many others. Maybe Abacha then, I don't know. But most of the military personnel and all these people, if you look at it, many of them became head of state of that Nigeria. You know, Mama Vasa was almost a head of state. He took part in a coup, and he was you know, given a capital punishment by IBB himself. And Mama Vasa used to be IBB's best friend. He was even his best man in his marriage. Then Abdul Salami, you know, had that position as well. So if you look at that clique, Gowon that was speaking to them had that position. So if you look at that clique, for me, I believe that if General Gowon will say the truth, you will find out that, you know, in honesty, they must have convinced, Gowon must have convinced them, you know, telling them the colonial agenda for northern Nigerians to marginalize other parts of Nigeria through military power, military might. Because the colonials, before they left, they tried to give these people that mandate of ruling, which the Fulanis head leader said there that they are Nigerians and others. So if you look at it, it was that agenda, that same agenda, that they tried to propagate, you know, to them, to tell them to come into the army, and they all achieved that purpose. So that presidency was revolving around these same people and few others. They just added other people to it just to stimulate them. And you find out that this is the same reason why the Western media propagated the allegation of this coup to be an Igbo coup. You know, just for them to make sure that they have reasons to make sure that there's no trust between Nigerians, so that they can continue to perpetrate their evil act on other part of the world, just as they are doing today. You know, this allegation led to almost the elimination of Igbo race in Nigeria and civil war that destroyed half of the nation and has continued to marginalize the south and the southeast, because they no longer trust themselves. You know, these are the agendas of this Western world. They don't want anybody to grow. They want you to remain where you are. You know, these are the agenda that the kind of agenda that they are propagating, they are selling to us. They made us to understand, you know, religious wise, they made us to understand that our gods are nothing. We don't serve a living God that we should come and follow them through religion. They made us to understand that our culture and tradition is not the best. So you see, they are doing everything to make sure that they destroy us. You know, this is what the Western world wants. So they don't want to see you grow. So for me, Nigeria, we need to be wise. We need to grow up. You know, everyone should continue to pressurize our leaders that have been there to come out with this history. We want to hear it. The incoming generation, they want to hear what is going on. You know, from this history, it's as if we don't learn from anything. We have no reflection. We don't reflect. We are just going like that. So look at what happened now. It's now at the age of almost 90. Babangida is not telling us the truth. Does it really make any sense? If they will arrest him now, it will not spend up to 3-4 years in jail before he will go to his grave. I hear people saying that, oh, Babangida will suffer, he will suffer, he's in a wheelchair. God has already punished him. When will he sit in a wheelchair? At the age of 80, he's in a wheelchair and he's enjoying himself. He was still able to gather all the entourage that he gathered and raise that kind of money. You are saying he's suffering. He's not suffering. Nigeria should wake up. We shouldn't wait for history to tell us what we need to do. We should act almost immediately. The same thing is happening today now. Agbado has run as a, you know, use the people against their wish. He has wringed us out of our rights. And the political class that are ruling us right now, they are not the actual political class that are supposed to be ruling us. But today, we are all saying, oh yes, 8 years is not forever. 4 years is not forever. That is how the history goes. Agbado will come and go tomorrow when he's 99. He will go and write one nonsense book and launch it and put it somewhere. Is that what we want? Is that what Nigerians want? Nigerians should wake up. We should rise up. We should rise against these insurgents that is being perpetrated by political leaders that call themselves politicians and our leaders. We should rise against this evil act of these people. We should rise against them by learning from all those history. That is why you see that most of them, especially like Obasanjo, is saying that come and speak out so that people can hear you, so that things will be corrected. He's not taking himself out. If Adewale Ademoyegu didn't write any book that has to do with why we struck, we wouldn't have known anything about the Civil War. Exactly. We wouldn't have known. For me, that was how I knew what actually happened. The whole thing was like a mystery to me until I, stumbled on that book and I read it. I said, oh God, this is how this thing happened. And my knowledge about Nigeria and the Civil War and the independence became very, very clear. So we should encourage them to write, because if Nigeria cannot do anything, let them write, let them bring out this history so that incoming generation will learn from it. They need to learn from the past. The only way you can affect your future is to use the past to correct your present. Nigeria don't learn anything. What are we? We don't learn anything. Look at the kind of democracy that we are doing. It's as if it's like child's play. It's like Pangolo Mababa. That is what I'm seeing in the democratic process that we have today. Because we don't have history. We don't learn from history. We don't propagate history. We don't do anything. We just go like that. What happened yesterday become a thing of the past, and many people will never remember. So it is high time to encourage these people before they will all die. Let them write this thing. Let want to hear the truth. It's a very big pity that there is nobody from the Igbo clan that will tell us, that will write a book that we need to see, that incoming generation need to see the part of what happened in terms of the history that led us to Civil War. If Babangida didn't say this now, or did he write this book, we would have known that was not an Igbo coup. We all thought it was an Igbo. Reading believed that it was not an Igbo coup, but a common Nigeria know that that first coup was an Igbo coup, and the counter coup was outside against the payback distrust. That was really, in fact, this kind of thing is the most destructive thing you can ever see in a nation that want to build. So these are agendas of Western world to me. This agenda of Western world. If you see the media that propagated that evil coup, they said it was an evil coup. The counter coup was the Hausas. They tried to do blah 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 blah. But the reason for them was to bring Awolowo out to become the head of state at that time. But at the end of the day, the Igbo started paying the price that they didn't paying for the goods that they didn't order for. People were generation was destroyed, and up to today, the marginalization is still very, very obvious that it's as if maybe they are not part of us. And they be trying to go, they're not allowing them to go. People are still suffering. Now the country is still there for the same purpose today. It's still being held. Even the reason for holding the Kano, other people have got involved in that kind of situation. They are released today. They are in their house, but Nnamdi Kanu is there suffering because of this same marginalization of the Easterners. Nnamdi Kanu is suffering there. So it's high time. I hope that this very, very book that Babangida has given out, because nobody wrote it on his behalf. He saw everything. Everything might not be. It might be biased. Everything might not be true, but there is 75% of truth in what he has written. I think through this book, if our president is sensible and wise enough, he should try and make sure that there is restitution of the Igbo race and put this right properly. It's not late. It's better to be late than never. So I don't support those that will say, okay, yeah, the book is useless, it's not this, it's not that. If he didn't write it at all and he has died, nothing would have happened as well. So let us take what is in the trailer and let the trailer driver drive away. Let's take what is relevant in the vehicle and let the vehicle go its way. So I encourage other leaders of Nigeria to write, even to the state level. Pastor should go and write now. What made him to make sure that half of House of Assembly didn't know the truth? They should go and write. They should keep writing. They should keep telling us the truth. Since Nigeria cannot rise up against them to tell them that what they are doing is wrong. And before I submit and drop this submission,
Oga Prince,
I want to clearly state.
you want make our former governor write how he take collect that Egbe for house?
Everything. Better go right now.
Hey, right now, he take our money.
Better go right now. Everything. Hey, right, me talk everything. We want to hear them. We want to hear them. The evil too much. I be black, but I know I hear them.
Me, I want hear I take our money. So, where they go build hotel, come buy and back again. We want hear am.
What you happen to Ozomo Plateau? Be say the poor man where because of do the light, they don't get the light again. What you happen? Make it tell us what you happen to Ozomo Plateau.
Water storm project with the papa.
May they confess everything. We want to hear everything. The info too much. It's too much.
No. Be like say Nigerians don't talk the truth until after 32 years.
When they don't get 30 years, they don't say the next month. Say even if they jail themselves, they don't get used.
When they reach 18 years, they're going to talk the truth.
Even our men of God, pastors and GOs, when they're already 80 something, don't begin to
Collins,
what I did
Mr. Collins, I disagree with that your position slightly, a little bit. But yeah, it's okay. But I will given the time, I will.
You know why? It is when now many of them at the age of 80, they not begin to say, "Oh, what they did 30 years ago is wrong." They not begin to apologize when they know that they are getting close to their grave. They might not make heaven. They shouldn't be using Nigeria this kind of. They should
only say sometimes certain things I know they like to talk them. You know, IBB. You go they see in doctor all the time. Sure, you know, since that time where they say they wheelchair ban, maybe then go down tell and say from the look of things, if you fit no, you fit no, so you hurry up now. You know, now everything that time. They go down.
No, some of them people they get depression because what they don't do. That's why they confess. You know, say confession they relieve person.
That man was under tremendous depression.
It's true.
Okay. Because when you are depressed, when you meet a psychologist or a therapist, he will tell you to speak out, to say everything. That's confession.
You know, see all in partners in crime where they name, all of them don't live and die. So
they know they visit them again now. Now when they want invoice, they go visit them for on top mountain.
The one, you see why June 12th, apart from the fact that Abiola won or maybe all these things, you see with with that option A4, because I they want use nothing like zoning. No,
that was Mr. CM. I don't know where they talk about. That was for the best way. I remember how those things.
Because
that's the best option for Nigeria.
Because every election cycle, every state go bring their own presidential candidate for every party. So when I reach, so now it was up to be say APC go get 36 presidential candidates because every state go present. When I reach, then among that 36, then go begin vote. Elimination until the last person. You see, so to be governor, every local government go get their own governorship candidate. Now be option because you go start from grassroots. So because only one person go be governor, like say for Edona, 18 local governments go get 18 governorship candidate for Labour Party. So who go now be the person where go stand for Labour Party to compete with the other parties? You see, by the time you go through this mail, you go see say yes. The people can make
mistakes. Mr. Sir, that time na stadium, Ogbe Stadium for Benin. Now they go to do that for that stadium. Now they go to do
it. And the sweet them
the stadium go full.
Because you feel think say you go become governor. When you reach your ward for village, you go tough. Because he say it's no easy. You go drop out. If you make them for your ward, you go to your local government. You go see another.
I don't know, Oga CM and Dr. Prince and Oga Jonathan. Did you guys notice that throughout the book where they go launch, Atiku no happy at all, he no clap. He just dey look all of them.
China.
He no clap, oh. You know, look, like I tell you now, the political consequences. Everybody don't realize, say, they manipulate them, and the hate was there against the Igbo. It was a political manipulation. Now, if you now observe them again, all the people where they thought say Igbo no go vote for Lagos, they still they continue. Then the people say, oh, no be na Igbo coup. That's your Babangida talk, na lie, na Igbo coup. They still they continue because the only way they fit put threat for West is to use that narrative they used before.
But the mistake people are making is that, you know, they don't, even if you go to Lagos state voters, Igbos are still minority in terms of voting strength.
No, look at the sympathy vote.
Now
look, you know, I want to say it politically.
The Yoruba people get rid of Tinubu. They don't want him.
You know what is going on? Like it is now, there is going to be a lot of sympathy vote because that Igbo no be Igbo coup. That means they deceive every Nigerians to hate the Igbos.
Okay, well, that's
the political play out that they are envisaging. That is why they are continuing with this narrative that, oh, na Igbo coup, so that nobody will get sympathy to vote during the election. Because go bring people out. Because now lie they sell to us for long. This 2027 election, to everyone's surprise, people will come out.
Of course, people, but no,
because of this narrative.
I'm particular about Tinubu losing in Lagos. Let people know that the Lagosians where Tinubu rule for 8 years, they give them governor, they remove governor. You go put Sanwo-Olu, remove and give them, bring Ambode, or you go bring Fashola. If he make this thing, that one survive. He bring Ambode, they remove him, then bring Sanwo-Olu. The Lagosians are tired. Lagosians, Yorubas in Lagos, they don't want. They voted against. Are you telling me? Hey, that is the thing. So people should understand that when you are not good, that's why I refer to option A4. That thing is the best. Because you feed the Abuja, the flex muzzle. When he reach, people know say you come from Cross River State. Go your village, go your village, go defeat them for ward. And when you come there, you go see other candidates. If you know win for ward,
go test the popularity from your own community.
If you know win for your ward, you can't go and represent your ward in the local government. If you know win for local government, you can't go and represent your local government at the state level. So at every party, now so they're going to compete. That is like American primaries. Now so now
never see get where they go. Never see get where they go.
That time, Mr. Shea, that time, this Mr. Blackwater, that time, this was sorry for even for them to elect delegates. Now sorry for the use till they elect delegates.
Yes. From your ward.
Or sorry for that they use.
Everything
see, this thing where Babangida don't do today.
Yeah.
He don't spoil the entire North agenda.
He exposed them, not be say.
He don't expose them now. Atiku coming out to say he won't become president, he no go work out for him again. He quiet, he no even talk throughout the he don't even clap and he just did the look all of them. He the verse. Because this book don't damage them because now they sell the narrative to other part of Nigeria.
Black Panther,
Okay.
Because not agenda, not agenda. How many people were educated for them? Now you and me, I know. Look, even this one with the talk for years, so I tell you, even the same side one with the people they educated. How many people get light when they watch all this way they happen?
No, mama, they talk about that for Nigeria. Well, this
book. How many people? How many people?
No. What I understood Black Panther to be saying is that, you know, that why you they go play people say that side, you know, they say you know, go walk again because people go say you see him. And do you know why? Let me all go back to IBB. Black Panther no blame IBB for spoiling something. in conscience. You know, it is say they sleep. You know that kind of thing. All the people where they all the say people where gather with them, where they took all of them don't go the other side. You know, go happy. Say sometimes people where you grow up with, like in primary school, you get as you go look. Nearly all of them don't know.
All of them don't borrow leg.
So you get as you go they feel when you want remember. You go say, that time when we did secondary school, this person now we for they remember our days. Nothing. So IBB is like he's alone. To be honest with you, he's alone. Okay, it was Abiola day today. If for day one kind, but Abiola don't go. Abiola wife don't go. So many people, so many. Only be like saying only him remain. Even Abacha where he take the do alibi.
He don't go.
Abacha don't go. Abacha don't go. So you see, so the guy, no blame him. That's why I tell you, say that kind of person will get terminal illness. Forget about all this. Doctor go don't.
You see, all this one they talk say, I no go trust the Igbo man. I know all those directives no go work again. Now you know what they happen. It no go work again because all of us lie against them because we buy that idea and say, na Igbo, na cause where we dey now.
No, but to me, even this thing, that one self, that one don't nearly heal. Now this June 12th, now bring back the memories of all this. Because in the history, if you ask the Yorubas the experience in Nigeria, to say the truth, now June 12th they go first mention. That is the first injustice. Why wasn't Abiola allowed to take over? Because now they want the power. IBB must hand over. That we will never qualify to rule Nigeria. Anybody from the south will never qualify. That is just the reason, nothing more.
No, Mr. Missioner, you know the guy is right to you. You show. I just see all those where Wosu talk. He has certain with me here and say, "Oh, Abacha never rule. Say they no feel hand over because
something like
we want to know if we meet Abacha at all. You know if we meet Abacha at all.
Okay, see. Okay, see what in them they talk. IBB say, then go buy me. If Abacha, all these things, say David Mark say this.
I like the others ones.
No, all this na alibi. Even then, the decision.
No. I hear that too.
And me and you, we hear him now. We all of us hear him now.
Why is you saying with Abacha? Abacha shot for him.
Because you know, say Abacha don't die. He don't fight. You know, if he talk.
No, not me. Babangida with the toss. Wosu meet Abacha. And
he no meet Abacha, oh.
He meet him. Yeah.
He no meet him.
He talk for the reason, I beg.
See, look at what Wosu said. He said, I met the commander-in-chief before he meet anybody. He went straight because there was a lot. Wait now, there was a lawsuit. Wait now, make I talk what he talk before he even talk today. He said there was a lawsuit presented to him by the IG to stop it. Then he now went to get clearance, further clearance from the president. He went there and the president told him, "You are on your own." What does that mean?
No, not be so the presenter today. Me, now 2 times.
Don't be not talk today, so you know watch him.
I watch him now today.
Which one you want add put?
No. You know why I tell her say you are your own. You know why I tell her say you are your own. You know, say when they do the consultation, already Abacha don't get IBB don't get that pressure when they say with the whole constitutional conference and everything that time, if you remember, to make sure they go transit us to democracy. But Babangida on his own, he had the agenda to contest as what do you call it, civilian president, just as JJ Rawlings did. Babangida had that intention, but he had a big. That was the arrangement before if you look at the group photograph, I'll find this thing. May I bring and come because
when I forget say this man a Maradona.
Wait, may I tell you something? This one I waiting me I see. You see, before Abacha what's the name? Buhari where rulers finish now. The time where Buhari come where overthrow Shehu Shagari, they get special group photograph. You know, all those people they say calendar that time, they say military calendar of military personnel that time. So the group photograph, after they don't put the president for, they'll put the president for center, put other people in the other ministry, like ministers, all of the defense, blah blah blah, for different
Number
corners.
2 man, all of them.
They'll come put the group photograph of the real carcass. They'll put on. I still remember that thing. So sorry, Buhari get that time, because when I see the group photograph of Buhari for my dad parlor, I look the people who did, Abacha did there, Babangida did there, Mama Fasa did there, and other important dignitaries like this what they call this what's the name of this man? This man we still rule, we still Abdul Salam, all of them did. Then when Babangida overthrow this thing, I me doing by myself, not be saying a person doing for me. As Babangida overthrow, they brought another dignitaries of the head of state and his entourage, his executive members, and the same center again. They put the group photograph of the carcass. When I go back, I can't see and say the person where overthrow Buhari, he did good photograph of the carcass of this thing, which is Babangida. I see Babangida picture, I see Abacha there, I see a lot of them. Then when I come back to Babangida owner, I come see and say, now the same people, I just maneuver Buhari, now Buhari, I come up for the setup. I can't call my friend and say, look, come see this picture, see this one and this one. Now let Buhari not do this setup, we'll see them again.
They don't arrange them.
You know, they just arrange the guy come off for road. They just arrange out there. Buhari and what do they call this man? Late Idiagbon. I not did.
Idiagbon not supposed to do their means. But Buhari now bring Idiagbon for their means. So and Idiagbon was the one ruling, not Buhari. So that thing upset their council.
Exactly. That's why sometimes when I still believe in the destiny, that there's a way God has destined that Abiola will be president. Otherwise, if really IBB doesn't want to hand over all these diseases, why do like Palace School, Abacha go do coup, come out IBB, then so before the election, sure you get. So when Abacha do coup, then go stay in a military coup. But he was so confident that somehow he will maneuver Nigerians again, extend them, because him IBB want to rule. He want to remove Kake, come become civilian. But the moment he does it, he have to enter through party. So he was trying to see if he can do it like Jelly Rollins do for Ghana. And Nigerians don't, in those days, all these Nadeko people we are so Nigeria. I mean, the rape.
They quick notice something.
Exactly, they quick. So they don't go babam for that side. Say, look, or if not all this, nothing like Mugaberization or all these things, or Mugaberization or this one of Congo, Mobutu, like you go see press, they write anything. So they felt that dying minute was democracy, Association of Better Nigeria, go and get court injunction. And this, that if you do a Nigeria, this. So because anything court injunction stops, most will say no court can stop, the election must go on. And the pattern, okay, now that they see, you see, look at the way they release the result. Do you know that this result IBB is releasing? People don't see them because people will tell, even MTA was running it. Because
now live, now time, they don't do us, everybody see them.
I said, for some people there, Abuja, because Abuja, he said there, people were standing like, say, you there for street. In those days for Lagos, Black Panther, some people will get TV.
They will put up outside.
People go, yes, something like that.
I bet they do now.
So when Nigeria they play in those days, Super Eagles, they go put them for TV. Because so one man, if you go in Babin Saloon, I remember for Jebule then, people go come Babin Saloon, the man, the landlord. He tell his son, say, instead of people coming here to do this, make them put them for TV. I mean, almost for the street. Do you know that taxi people close road because of either 16 inches or 20 inches TV where they put there, everybody gather. So now
that's what they do that time now.
Now that kind of system, who also introduce. People were standing in front of INEC office. You go see billboard like this. You go they put according to the
state. They put outside there.
outside, people were looking at it, say, this man,
It was a real-time result, real-time.
That was why they have to quickly drive him,
Exactly.
go to 8 for there, they slap most was taken away from his. Yes, now the guy they
They bundle the guy.
Bundle him. Say they tell you court injunction, you say now you
The
want
bundle,
to.
the bundle. You
They bundle him. We don't see her for 3 months. We don't see us for 3 months.
Something like that. But before they annulled the election, people were writing, where's Humphrey Nwosu? Nwosu's whereabouts unknown. For 1 week, they know people just like they hear. No, it's true. These are facts.
You can't miss it for 1 week. Nobody know where they.
Nobody know. They took him. Say they take court injunction, stop, stop. Now you want to, you know what they call him? Saying that you want to embarrass the military. You want to embarrass us out of office.
Because they shake the bands. Come inside.
Most was releasing the courage to release
shake the bands.
To release the thing. People say the ones where we don't see Nabiola they lead, so may they release the rest. That's the first. Oh dear.
Nigeria military, they're funny that time. It's not a big person there.
Oh dear. I don't know who went to court to compel court. Say, may them compel Humphrey Nwosu to release the remaining result.
You know, I said they bundle that one, self.
No, it's
true. They bundle that one. They bundle
that person too.
They dealt with Nwosu. To be honest with you, that man. He really tell them. He said no. He said the election must go on, and the election too. And they see the way the thing happened now. But
okay, that's like King Gibe do that. This way they talk. So like King Gibe, I do that.
No, King Gibe na second time.
King Gibe na device now.
Na device to Abiola na. King Gibe.
Then this man na the talkative. Where they call her now? They talk too much. That Hausa man they talk too much. Be Christian.
Is it Jonathan Zuwenje na Abina?
No. During the Babangida time, that man where they talk well.
Okay, Jerry Ghana.
Jerry Gara. That will be the party leader.
That one, talk and thief liar.
You know the mistake IBB made. Be careful what you wish for. In the that's what they call MAMSA, mass mobilization.
MAMSA
for social justice.
MAMSA,
economic destiny and MAMSA. So when they put Jerry Ghana, that MAMSA be say anytime where they want to do rally, because IBB want to mobilize to educate people, make them know that we want to transition to civil rule. So he energize people. When they want to do mobilization, if you go there, they speak only grammar. Nigerians feel no turn up. Then go bring Majek Fashek.
Yes.
Or stadium. It depends on where then they go. When they don't bring people like this, now there Jerry Ghana go say, if you are manager, you manage well. If you're managing director, you manage and direct well. If you're a teacher, you teach well. They really sort of gingered up Nigerians to look forward to civilian rule. Now you want crash and people say no, this man don't dribble us, instead make you go. It's true. It's true.
After high level of hope built already.
This 2027 election, if you go hold Babangida don't spoil everything.
Oh, no,
all of them now they breathe because they're not for them to play that card of bringing a northerner again. It go hard though, because since the Igbo now don't they justify, so they don't cause any problem.
Yeah, that one
it was orchestrated by them. Then you have to incorporate them into the thing, and they have to be president. So you know that time they appease the Yoruba. They appease the Yoruba by giving OBJ to appease them. Now they have to appease the Igbo too now, to appease them so that they can bring everybody together. That is the ball game Babangida just play now. You forget say the wife na Igbo. The wife na Igbo.
They orchestrate this thing. That's where they orchestrate this now. Ambassador they orchestrate this thing.
That is it. You know they get the link now. But Babangida wife na Igbo.
Yeah, from Asaba. But let me say this, if you read that Obasanjo, thank God. Okay, Prince Collins, you don't get the PDF copy. If not, we go supply you. Sure, you don't get your own copy PDF.
No, which one? Which one?
The book now.
No, I never get out. I beg.
Now you can't put mouth for the matter. Now, for go get the book first so that line by line, any line where you remember, you take and talk. See, you know this thing where Babangida they talk implicate go on. Oh, he said that because go on.
Now news I listen where I take conclude this the news, the event and everything. I'll try to read them. You get the period.
You go. He said the things that I will send it to Niger Watch, so you go to distribute them to people where like. So I go send that.
Send it to Niger Watch. I beg.
Black Panther don't get. I will send it to Niger Watch. Tell her and say making the send them through WhatsApp to anybody. Where like. So you go to any chapter where you want to remember. But Babangida really dribble. Now conscience the warrior. To be honest with you,
I tell you, conscience not the word. If I say death, don't speak with them. May go talk. Say what you do too much.
No be normal eye you take to all this. Now this is so like what we are saying, because and thank God na Babangida from the north, na in talk am. We be say the north has to use this to hold the Igbo man down every time. This is the thing where we don't even know when it happen, but we read them for history every time. So Babangida don't talk say that thing it's not an Igbo coup. Look at the people that did it. Yet look at the way it panned out. That is not to say that it's Igbo coup. Then do coup. There are the ones where people they even buy other people. Shebu, we don't see them. But in any case, now that because the way then they use them, to some of us we don't even forget about because this June 12th should have been that's why they say it's a watershed. That should have been a different brand of politics. By now, Nigeria for them. I'm putting Abiola go do
CM, make I shock you.
Don't go far.
CM, make I give you one information.
Yes.
You see, Kulata now.
Kulata. Where good. You don't
spoil shit. They say that. They sell ammo. You see, they send that message and say, because of 2027.
Listen. Over the weekend, now where I encounter Kulata. There's one guy with this thing. Let me tell you. Some people say, if I look them, they say some people feed the go Igbo country. I don't know whether when I talk on phone aside, they say, make monkey go London, come back. He go still be monkey or something.
Like monkey still be on.
See, Decree 34, where they say you don't see take bring a unitary government. I agree, Decree 34. It was promulgated on 24th July 1967. The thing only the operational for, let's say, to 24th June, making it 1 month, to 24th July, making it 2 months. By 29th, 5 days later, Ironsi died. 30-31, there was no head of state in Nigeria because Babatunde Ogundipe, who should be handed over, the northern junior officers tell and say they can't take. Nobody said, people go, Nigeria like to talk, the man ran away. Nobody say ran away. But he wanted, because he know he's the next person to Ironsi in seniority. So when Ironsi don't buy, the next person to take is Babatunde Ogundipe. Naturally, everybody know. He never even reach Gowon. I think there's a what is it called? Either Robert Adeyinka Adebayo is even higher than Gowon. There are either 3 or 4 people from the south that are higher than Gowon before so the Babatunde Ogundipe was trying to rally, sort of to calm people down when he had what happened at Ibadan on 29 July between when they acquired Fajui and Ironsi. Fajui is the host. Fajui, make the people they understand the coup, revenge, this. Why should Fajui be quiet? No be Yoruba man. Why should he be quiet? He no be Igbo. Highest you go say because they want to buy Ironsi. Fajui say no, it's my guest. I can't be here. You buy my commander in chief. You go carry me join. Ordinarily, you go tie Fajui hand, come out and go keep him for one guard room, lock door. Deal with Ironsi. Well, on one deal with. Leave that one. But they still carry another Juma them. Okay, when you don't buy now, Babatunde Gundipe had all these things. When in Lagos, he was trying to rally. Now, ordinary, maybe in a captain or people when they say tell and say if he dare talk to them again, they won't take anything. It no be enough from the north. You see the deceit. You see all these things. When you read detailed account of all this, you will understand. So with this type of thing now, Decree 34 still day. Gowon became on the 1st of August, he became head of state. One of the first decrees Gowon did was called Decree 9 to set aside, to repeal that Decree 34. Meanwhile, we still have 4 regions. But people don't know this. So Iron 6 decree that worked for almost, let's just say, 2 months, 3 weeks, but less than 3 months. Less than 3 months before go on and repeal it. And then tell the North that they are back to where they were before. Everybody be on your region. Then let us go to Abuja and then reconcile when everything. And what they say, if I begin talking, it depends. So Gowon itself, because Babangida talking, say the failure of Gowon to protect the life of Ndibo in the North. After that thing, they were massacring them. Those that came back, then Ojukwu told them, no, that people are not coming back here. Go back. That Gowon has assured us that the thing, peace is reigning. Most of them went back. All those people that went back didn't come. That is it. Imagine when you have to, you see, this thing is painful. But the whole thing is that IBB has, so that trick of when every election you go say Igbo, we do this or that one don't end. That agree.
It don't end. Now they talk, it don't end.
You know, go that country they can't sell again. What you go talk? They kill our
Yeah, that narrative don't end. That narrative don't end.
And they take the win election every time. Anybody could just go bring them. No, this is now. And now, person from the North used to say,
see, you see, people we well dey for diaspora, would they believe say they never hear the information Babangida give up. I said the entire Nigeria don't hear.
Everybody don't hear it now.
Say the coup was not Igbo, that the Hausa orchestrated that thing to catch up with that is why they selected the West to come with them. If the West come with them, they're going to win election, go. They can't leave Niger Delta, middle belt. They can't leave Niger Delta, middle belt, and south.
You see,
they're going to use then the North and the West to take rig election. That was the plan now. To not
because they don't say the crowd did enough, and majority.
Yes. So this release now he make what they ask now say una not see Atiku body language. He no smile. He just fold the hand. He don't spoil his career today. So he the best. He the best. So this man does come spoil his career. I go come to do this type of announcement. Because you don't get the extract of the book. They don't give Atiku.
The usual thing is that you can't trust Igbo. Nobody them fire leader. You can't trust them. They make nobody said it. That's what they will say. But forgetting that it was Atiku that stood at Arewa House. They proclaim say Nigeria no need Igbo president. Nigeria no need the Yoruba president. He said it. No, it's off.
Now you know the game where they see.
You see, I agree with you, Black Panther. I'm not doubting. So did that game, Babangida in a way, but you go blame IBB. The thing where in mind they go since that June, it didn't say easy to carry that kind of burden. Let's just put it this way: that IBB ruled Nigeria. Like this June 12th, all these things, but it was incompetent in terms of not achieve anything. But this June 12th no happen. The man could do flamboyant. They go out.
Yes, now it will be done for not. Now it will be done for not.
He go say you say during our own time the economy was strong, so all this, but say this thing na stigma. Nobody. How can you explain it? Nobody. Fit. That's why sometimes you go dribble. You go know when you dribble yourself. If not, waiting if for do like 1991, 92, you go plan with Abacha. If I go attend one conference for abroad, I go overthrow me. That way, Nigerians no go know. Sure, because people were saying. Yes, because they never do election. But this one be say you don't agree, do nothing. You bring court injunction. Most sooner one kind person, accept money. Because supposing most to say, I go find me $1 million, I make I know say my hands are tied. He say election must go on. At this point, you want stop him. No way.
Yes.
Not the only beater now. When they release the result, nothing like collation. Any state when you ready People, I'm telling you, people they there, they look for notice for electronic board. Now input and they say this thing. You know,
Oga TM, you go
yeah,
see say by next week, make I
yeah,
tell you what to go happen now.
yeah.
Those people, all these people, you know, politicians in Nigeria, 99 they do meeting. By next week, then go change the ball game. This one where Erufai play so, it don't backfire.
Okay.
By next week, you go see new dimension because what he did there now, even Agbado go strategize because there is no way they can play the game of don't trust the Igbo. It no fit happen again.
No,
There's no way they can play that. Oh, Igbo now not go come say now Igbo finish our people where Sadana they talk. It don't end because Sadana now they talk that in pass. Now he first start that narrative. Say if for me to employ an Igbo man, I go take snake. It no go happen again because it don't break the yoke. Now let us see how they go play their game now.
You know what when I see for this thing, you see this is where they do so. If you look these people, if you look like person like for me, you get the kind interest, personal interest. I get one interest for OBJ in the sense that OBJ they do it best to make sure say all these people will commit all these havoc, both in as in they go, may they carry their evil commons. Now OBJ they do so. You see, you see this way OBJ they do so. OBJ
I go find that well, there's one interview. I know only say I know now I can't realize say some of the things I go find somewhere they save them for YouTube or these things. You know, there's one interview they do OBJ, whether I'm abroad or somewhere. He said, no, I don't have anything personal against Atiku. People have just been talking. He said, but the thing is that from what I know about Atiku, if I endorse him for president, God no go forgive me.
That guy a very rough mouth, man.
No, you know, it don't mean that. I don't all these things. So he's talking.
Baba OBJ get rough mouth. Don't fear anybody.
He said from what I know he said you know Atiku never Atiku contested for presidency, presidential primary with Abiola the 1992. That one don't pass. So by 1999, Atiku's interest was to be governor of Adamawa State, and he won. He won the primaries for PDP, and then the election proper for PDP, he won. Because they don't do it. He won, he should have, the things will remain now to swear him in as governor. But because he used Bonnie Haruna, a Christian, as a running mate, the moment this thing now, he said, Obasanjo call and say, Atiku, I know this thing. Is that not that? He said, leave Adamawa, come and join me at the center. Now, so Atiku become vice. So now, so Obasanjo said, it wasn't up to 1 year. Atiku showed his hand. He said I put Atiku. Obasanjo want to be presidential. You know, presidential something. If na military, now you go there everywhere. So presidential be say you go just there like American presidential system. You go there in charge of this or you want to go there deeper. Trump go say go to Texas border. Go the discharge. So Obasanjo said all this moribund Nitel, NEPA, all these things where they consume money, we go privatize all these things. That is just so he do Bureau of Public Enterprise (BPE). He said Atiku na go they see they're in charge of as the vice, make him leave that one for him, make he go there look after all those things. Obasanjo said it didn't take long. Atiku showed his hand.
He buy everything.
No, you know, go and look for this thing. So Atiku used their front to clean up everything.
He clean up everything.
Now Atiku, Obasanjo no know El-Rufai. Now Atiku bring El-Rufai, put as the chief. So all of them are there. When you go here, any day, El-Rufai and Atiku deal at each other's throat. You go know what happen for BPE.
Now Atiku put El-Rufai for FCT chairman now.
Nine come through. You know what I say? So Obasanjo tell him form your own destiny, bring this thing. So Obasanjo on the watch. Hey, Basanjo said it didn't take long. Atiku showed his hand. There is another one again. That man, Obasanjo said, in 2006, I was shocked. I received a letter from the Department of State, American president, thing that George Bush. He said, yes, we know all the things you are. I mean, it was not vice president, either Dick Cheney. He said, Mr. President, we know. You are quite this thing, you are struggling. I mean, you are working hard, you are transparency, bureau of this, bureau of that. You want to fight, eradicate corruption, doing all this. They say, we appreciate that. We in the State Department of America appreciate, but there is corruption near you. Sometimes he go use street language. He said, there is corruption near you. Obasanjo said, I was shocked. Near me? He said, yeah, there's corruption near you. No, but I don't make this up, but maybe I don't understand. So Obasanjo said he received a letter. Said there was a letter from United States listing 6 people that are corrupt and they want to investigate. Them America want to investigate. That's what they tell people. He said Atiku is one of them. No, be Atiku. Atiku is one of them.
Atiku is one of them, number one.
Yeah, it's one of them. Atiku is one of them on the list. I was shocked. America, they can't prove my number 2 without passing through me. They say, what they do?
Yes, yes.
He said, I gave the letter to EFCC to deal with it.
Yes, he's going to shake now.
He said,
okay, you know what? What do me I believe on? This one a personal opinion. What do me I believe say he make these things they want to be like this way. They say OBJ they make them talk the truth, because definitely OBJ and Babangida they don't talk. Back then don't make I understand say all these people here don't know down where they blame Igbo people. They don't know say this school not be Igbo cool really. So OBJ tell me talk. Why? Because during OBJ regime, the only thing will make OBJ achieve good. In fact, the majority of the good things will OBJ achieve now because he used Easterners as his ministerial positions.
Yes, you get that right.
Of course, without doubt, because
all the things will achieve. If not, nothing.
I read Konji Wala's book. He said, if you are asking for debt relief from IMF for all those things, they will give you conditionalities to maintain. He said, but the conditionalities they gave Nigeria was so stringent for them to do it. Then Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala tell them that if this is what you want to achieve with these conditionalities, it is possible, but we won't use your conditionalities. We will use our own to still achieve the same aim. They say how. I think he said that was the first time a country tried it. Okonjo-Iweala started to the Office of what they call Office of Management and Budget by Dr. Either Bode Augusto. There's one Yoruba chap, Bode Augusto, is in charge. Then a Office of Procurement, OBS Equestrian. That's why I call it more than due process. So that everything, Nigeria said 80% or 90% of the corruption in the federal are through procurement.
Now we don't get procurement again, though.
So he put Okonjo-Iweala. I mean, he put the OBS Equestrian there. Then with all the people where he gather. He said they have to do reform, all these things. So that reform, once in a while, then go invite IMF to come and they sort of like a supervisor, they come see and see, say the reform is working because you have to tighten the string. So Obasanjo said anytime they travel, Obasanjo will speak. After speaking, then he go say, Ngozi, the way he call him, go do the economic side, do the figures. So and like after that they go clap for them. That was when Nigeria secured all this debt cancel this thing. Before he handed over to Yar'Adua, Nigerian debt since 1965, Tafawa Balewa began borrow. Now that was one of the things Obasanjo achieved. But there's something
he cleared everything, and we had $50 billion in the account.
Yeah, the guy tried for that debt too. The Baba tried for that debt too.
It's true. So now when he bring all these things now, when he do, but there's something I wanted to say regarding when you were hearing about Obasanjo. What was it? When he was saying before they left and his regime as how he dealt with Atiku. So people were saying, he said when he gave Ribadu He said, take the letter from Washington and let them go and deal with it. He said, after doing that, he was asking them, he said, Obasanjo is a very corny person. He said,
very, very crafty man.
yeah, very crafty. He said, what I'm here, I don't know whether Atiku can go to America again. So the person asked and said, yeah, everybody came for. He said, do you know? He asked the journalist now. They said, if they go to Dubai now, he said, no, I'm talking America. Do you know? I don't know whether he will go. He said, it's not my hand. Let him go and answer. So that is exactly the leverage Obasanjo had. Obasanjo, for one thing, whether you hate him or whatever, Obasanjo looks for talent to employ. Anywhere he sourced them, and then he achieved the aim because he wanted the and people said he's a workaholic.
You see all these prominent people now, like even that no Rivado and others. Obasanjo didn't use politicians to work. He was working with technocrat people that are intelligent people. He would just go and call them and say, "Come and."
Now you are talking. That is what made Obasanjo regime a success. You see,
yes, now
all these people were like there was one politician in America. He said one thing. He said there are some positions you allocate to politicians.
Yes.
Exactly.
But you don't allocate the pillars that hold the country. You don't put it in the hands of politicians. You put it in the hands of experts, technocrats that knows the fundamentals, so that they can keep the economy running while the politicians will be doing the talking.
And you give them deadline.
Exactly.
If you give a technocrat, I want you to achieve this thing within 5 months or 6 months. Or
I
4
remember.
months.
I remember this my what they call this my Mogalu. When I listened to the interview of Mogalu one time, Mogalu said when Obasanjo came to meet him, he called him, and they were drinking. They gave them coffee. He sat him down. He said, "Look, I want you to do this for me within the end of this year. Handle it. They told me you can do it. Just come." He said he never met Obasanjo before. He said Obasanjo just called him and said, "Come and do this thing for me." The same thing he did with NAFDAC woman. The same thing he did with this World Bank woman. The same thing he did with many of the. Soludo was not a politician. He was not.
He was not.
He was never now.
He never be. He just bring.
He was never a politician.
So
he brought it. This what's the name of this Cardinal ex-governor? What was his name? Erufai was never a politician. He brought him to come and say to come and arrange Abuja.
But Atiku bring him. That's why. That's
why Atiku now nominate him now because I'm a boy.
Listen, that's why.
But he saw him as somebody credible. That's why he took him.
Yes.
Obasanjo said.
So you will see. Sorry, to cut you. Not sorry to say I cut you short, Mr. Sia. You see that time. That's why I can't pay me say that will put up panel not work. You see that put up panel where Obasanjo break on. Now what did they do so? What you OPJ they do so? Now that put up panel I suppose talk on that time. That put up panel was set up for this reconciliation so that the truth will come out.
But you know why I don't talk at that time? He never enter which year.
Yeah,
but I never talk am. You see the Galiban.
You not go there. You go there.
You not even come.
You not even come.
Not go.
I think but IBB use a lawyer to go and seek.
Yeah, a lawyer to go and represent her.
That they know have the commission has no right.
Because that I see, but this is the cash now. They move up and down, and
they move now. Never they reach here.
IBB for not do this thing. If not be say the pressure way OBJ still give on. You see OBJ statement. What OBJ made statement there? He said be no one come because
you know why? You know what happened to IBB? IBB was, you see, a mother nature and I deal with them.
Exactly.
And that thing because the time when they do that Oputa panel, he was still managing his stolen investment. He was still putting his son on the line and build that big mountain house where Julius Berger had before. Now that dash Julius Berger build and free, can't dash am.
No, I think that one in the 90s in doing is it?
Yeah, when he don't do a finish, he see the work around, he dey go around for investment before this sickness come hook and down. He come paralyze.
when I hear this
And waiting make am worse. In wife can't kick the bucket. That very lovely woman.
It's true. Can't die again.
So that thing can't worsen am. Now the pressure can't dey on am. Obasanjo with a clever mind, say he don't dey under severe pressure. Oh yeah, come and talk before you go. Come and talk. Now he push am when come dey write books now. He started writing the book about 5-6 years ago.
He go take and that long. I should have everything. Anyway, but the thing is that one day I was just this just by the way. I was just saying, I said, look, all this acquire money, acquire this, buy this, steal this. I said, look at IBB now. Even if the shoe now 1 billion naira and they can afford it, they wear shoes.
Oh yeah, you want me die? They wear shoe now.
He go just there for maybe in the morning, whether that person they help and shower. So when he finish,
now his son been pay for us now. His son not get work. Now his son they work for her.
He go come there for chair like a shrine. Just there they look. I said this.
Even I believe say all those money where they donate, when they talk say they want to do library. Now lie you that money. He don't broke. Now that money you want eat before he go move.
No. Not to say broke. You see that money, like I tell you, IBB na very smart man. That money, that money is so. That money go do library. Then he want immortalize himself by himself before he go. He go. Say if he go, they go carry all in picture throw am for side dustbin. He know that one because he know the kind of people they work with him. Because all the people were there for that arena that day, they always go in house that time when he just retire. But when he come paralyze, but say, I beg leave this one. More just go there to do once in a lifetime. Go there, go honor him. Now in a statue, he can't do anything. That is why they do him by himself now. That's why they do him by himself now. And his son now they manage. Say his son be like his twin brother. The only thing is say the son take the color of the mother, but he take the face of Babangida when he was young. Now the carbon copy be that. And one thing on my mind be say, why not allow his son join military? Because that boy know they smile. Oh.
See, listen, forget it. The people where IBB deal with, they feel conspire go buy him boy inside. Black Panther. Black Panther, you they talk like this.
Does a snake is a son of a snake?
Some people go allegate. So that is find a way to go there, go buy the guy. Anyway, that is. But what thing I want to bring down? You see this kind behavior where Akpabio they do now, like saying they hear word.
That one they go down. They go down.
It go down.
You know go down. You know go up again. You know where? They say no way. Go down for this one. They watch now.
Do you know?
See, I tell you, say they don't change. They don't change the game plan. Babangida don't change the game plan. Akpabio feel every day for the template again, sef.
Why I'm saying this is that on his
own Akpabio, what you happen to Sarakina go happen to Akpabio.
That's it be now.
On his own merit, this Senator Natasha Akpoti, that woman na firebrand Amazon. That is why I see her. She's a firebrand. On her
don't be surprised.
On merit.
Akpabio, Baba fit take and replace Akpabio. I'm not going to surprise you. Say the president carry that woman, take and replace Akpabio.
I say, as the captain of a ship, if the ship go sink, you go to throw something.
You go to throw something come up for the ship so that I no go sink.
You make me talk this thing now. It's true. No,
and then they go now. I don't want to talk now because I talk I go laugh. Now it can't come up for your mouth.
a good captain, when the ship done there, he say, this sea wave go sink this ship. You go begin discard something. make the ship no go sink.
Because the way they go now, Baba no get wetin go take campaign again, except he come out all those debris from the ship. Now the only thing I go save am.
And we cannot do like butterfly.
We don't stop butterfly movement now. Now no say not quiet. Baba go discard all of them. They watch now. You just they watch.
They said that
one, I mean, look. This 2027. I imagine what go happen. I had to look for it. I had to look there. I'm looking forward to what's going to happen to them.
They go discard Wike because Wike no get mouth for South as it is now. South don't divide well. You know they for one person and again.
Do you know why? Over the weekend, I don't know who posted the video when Natasha. Natasha Akpoti. If you see what he do for a constituency. Now, I'm not sure. Say the lady.
What he do for Edo State Road the last song? That one don't tell you now.
So do you know? I sure say this kind of lady go be say if they give him 10 naira as constituency project, he go use the whole 10 naira put in own jara. If you see the thing where he do for Okene and people troop out in people where they represent, confession, come and see the thing. So which means, do you know what it means? As a senator, he don't get taproot for him people. So for this fight where you want to enter with Akpabio,
he go fight out the body.
Because if you they go that kind of thing, in people already they believe if they say I be number one senator, no senator don't do that kind of thing for Nigeria. I can't they say this woman, so they keep change. If they spend everything for him, more like it. Not be saying
okay. Make I tell you my let me tell you my small plan where I did foresee. Now, Natasha, which party did?
Not be is it APC or PD? Think na PDP.
PDP. See, PDP. You see, you know say Baba T work with anybody. Baba work with anybody. PDP no dey strong. Now, Baba no go fit work with that that one where be governor before he don't steal big money. Because that one they against him during nomination. He said he no go agree as then choose Baba as president because he was campaigning that it's young. I don't know they call him never too young to whatever they call it. He was coming out with that slogan, but they can't disappoint him for Isaiah Sorok where Buhari can say no. He must go this side. Now, on that ground, Baba cannot work with him because he's a saboteur against his nomination because they forgive. He be like Obasanjo, they forgive. He don't push him aside. Now, El-Rufai, he don't come us for road. You see, Natasha, Baba go dey interested in Natasha. If he play the card where he play,
which Baba you dey refer to?
For Rock now.
Our president now.
You want where they inside Aso Rock? They are not.
Because if he play that card, like I tell people say, Nigerian position, they know they change pattern. If he play that same card, he go carry Natasha because Natasha na heavyweight now for that Kogi State side. He go fit carry Natasha say, come, see they maintain your PDP, but this is the plan. Help me hold ground for that middle bet because you dey perform now politics now. She dey play the political game very well because she has an ambition to become the governor of the state. That one is clear. Let us work hand in hand. You become governor, you give me that place. Because now the kind of deal where Baba they do be that. Give me the people, you become governor, I'll give you access road to read, then give me the people.
Exactly. You don't see the way this guy, don't see the way they call a former Kaduna governor say he take brainwasher use and to win election.
Yes, now the guy they do.
It comes like after he don't brainwasher, that one called the fish saying offer a number after this guy don't win. Then you see they give him ministerial position. He say they add other values. Not true well.
What if my own be say? Let me say this. The way they see things, so I feel they're wrong, Shabet. Now my thought. Be like say we don't the outliving usefulness for this administration. We can
don't overflow now.
Be like say you don't do the job where they take bring them. Maybe It don't become Andrew liver salt according to Dino. You go just make few, then you go just so I be like say Wike because he know they sing again.
He don't dump Wike, go dump him. You know why? Wike don't get bad record for Obodo Ibu here. You know that one. CID on the case.
Yeah, I know.
Yes, now I don't even know what the happen. He don't get bad record now.
I don't know.
He not fit travel come here again.
And you see how this thing they work.
What happened? Black Panther, what happened?
Now you get one case. I go dig him in because they never release him finally. But they say they say red flag on him.
Do you know?
And you know Baba want promote all the red flag where the international red flag so that they go recognize that and we can go get them. Now make we can know the fit talk now.
You know,
no wonder the guy got quiet. I just say no word. Say he's sick.
That one.
He don't join APC now.
You know. Wike don't join APC.
I you know not see the two at the year and they say don't join finally.
The people who say na cancer them be that one say.
What did the cancer them for their book? The guy don't join.
You know now. As he join APC, in trust Nigerians. As he join APC, any roddy where they give an go and say, hey, they cannot be you go carry yourself, go give cancer. Now cancer don't affect you. But that is by the way, say that one international. For River State, Fubara don't they gain ground though. They don't even talk of second time for Fubara.
Nigeria politicians, they be bastard, they be bad people.
I said, no, before when they say he stand with one leg or with an only one toe, he takes.
Don't mind them.
They say Fubara.
All right, we are rounding up in 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
Thank you, Niger Watch. To be honest with you, I'm really grateful. At least.
Thank you, Niger Watch. We appreciate it.
Thank you. You know, disturb us today. Thank you very much.
Some of
God will bless you. I pray that your cough will come out in Jesus' mighty name. Mambro Basheterebaya.
All those ones. All those ones. Just take orange, I beg. Consume and well. You go there.
You what the APC do to my brother?
APC.
I bind them in Jesus' name.
APC. In fact, do you know what when I go watch out this year na Anambra election? Do you know why?
Oh boy, now I go talk.
No, it's becoming interesting. The APC anointed candidate don't buy Ifeanyi so
I don't mind. I know who they want bring now because
this Ozigbo where they follow Peter B for Nyash, don't leave Peter B, join APC.
Yeah. They say that guy. Now he won't come outside.
With the hopes, you know, Anambra, my state. Let me tell you, Nigerian politicians not the same thing.
Oh boy, the thing go tough.
Somebody said the thing where people they underrate Apga. No, they interested who win Bauchi or maybe who win the other. And he say but for that Anambra, when the election go detention, then go share uniform. Ojuku photograph. Now you then go take.
I tell you, they're not agree.
That election go interesting.
I'm gone.
Ojuku photograph go there front, back, hand everywhere. That kind of one. When they share them, now they go. They say, the thing where he leave for us, the fire where he give us, light where he give us. If na for our own the light extinguish, no na sabi. Now our own we they do no juku na keep this one for us.
Now that one they want to play politics now. Now the only way for them did that too.
Listen, they go say, Shebu, we don't leave all the whole 35 states for now. Which one be Anambra again? When I want to put this
the election, this Baba is for power now. See, this guy, I dey talk him every time for years. Say, if we are not careful, This man is he can be cunning he know politics. So if he go play one card where he go take win the heart of many people.
But the only thing is that why people are getting, because in the end, even people where they follow you, they laugh. When they say Gare, see the rise, food, say, nah, na human being. He has the power to work on the economy, get expert food. That is it. Forget about the poly. You don't do overreach them. You they inaugurated, you see they play poly, you see they campaign. Say now APC the campaign pass, despite the fact then they government. Exactly. So now they make people now, even though at least during Obasanjo's time, he put technocrats, then they do the work, economy. Somebody said it here one time that Nigerians were even relocating from abroad to come back home and
yes, now during Obasanjo's time.
So Tinubu, you have that's why I said if not restructuring, we be say to shed weight. You restructure so many things, go there different region, maybe then the manager, then you go there light, you carry light load. Because
Mr. During Obasanjo regime, I spent 3.5 years. I spent 3.5 years. I not go again because the economy was booming.
For prison. For prison.
Which prison?
No, I don't had to ask.
You don't go clear here. Agbado don't cover your ear.
He said, I think so. I think said that he spent 3.5 years.
No. I said during Obasanjo regime. I left that I did Spain. I come over Spain. I can spend 3.5 years for house. Even two of my friends will come out with me. We take this 15,000 that glow Johnny really come out. They can't give 15,000 as to become a distributor. Distributorship they give us 15,000 naira. Then that my friend take 3. I can't take 2. But I don't stay. I don't use them. That my friend will use them. Up till now, they go abroad again. He's so rich. That distributorship became very. In fact, a lot of people came home. A lot of people came home. That's why I came home. I spent 3.5 years for Nigeria. I not go back. Because everything okay.
If to say some of if our government at the federal level, remember there was a time they were asking P2B. He said P2B said no. Anybody why one come out? He said don't tell them not to go. Let them go. That when they are abroad, they are acquiring skill, they are making money. If you set Nigeria, they say something they happen, that money then go bring them home.
They go bring the money in.
That is there is advantage. What Nigeria needs, that's why P2B was talking of when he went to Egypt for Siemens. Supposing Tinubu tackle electricity for the past 1 year, and we don't
just electricity,
just electricity.
Only that one alone. Only that one alone.
So many Nigerians, because money, Nigerians, when you die abroad, they make this thing exchange rate variation. So many people go like to establish a business, even if not for them, for people where they there. So that is a plus. That's why people be say, don't worry. When you start turning from consumption to production, he said Nigerians will be the first investors to come home and invest. He said they will come because that time they are coming with the skill, the knowledge, and the money to invest. So that is where because that human capital they are abroad, scattered. Every part of Europe, Nigerians, South America, North America, Asia, Middle East. So you can imagine when 1 million or 500,000 Nigerians relocate, even 100,000.
And I want to say this. I hope you guys know. Say the Yoruba Imam and get organization. They send letter to Sultan of Sokoto. Say will not be their general overseer again.
They don't fix. They don't fix. They
don't write a letter now.
Yeah, not the only write a letter. They fix their own Hajj.
Hajj and when they see moon, star and moon.
He said whether they see moon, see moon. Na 1st of March, then go do.
Na 1st of March be their own.
They not go wait for Sultan to see moon. Tell them. So.
Yeah, when I hear that, I happy.
a lot of people want freedom, not be only religious freedom.
Now that thing where they write, so don't damage all their plan. All their plan now. Don't bury them.
You say that there's no law in the constitution that said every Yoruba Muslim must wait for Sultan to see moon. He said their own affairs of March. They don't.
These Yoruba people, they too get breed.
No. Why the people who started free education in 1952?
See where they come from.
Now because Tinubu when
now Tinubu know you hear West to West when they go open book for you you go pick raids.
I think let me send you the letter, Black Panther. Not me send you the letter. I think that
yes.
When I read it and finish, I say yes. Now read freedom, independence. Then
now independent again. So they don't break that barrier. When they set up imam, emir for everywhere for West, they don't stop with that.
Can't they give them Sharia where they no need them? Say they no need Sharia.
That thing was a serious fight too. So all those imam where they support Sultan, they drive the entire house. All of them.
Listen, say Nigeria, this Falana and their politics sometimes. Do you know that the secretary to the people where they write all that kind of letter, na Igbo man will be Muslim, Mr. Eze.
See mistake where I go do.
So one Alaji Eze. Now in the right Yoruba, this
people their politics now wow.
They tell them waiting Sultan talk. Then they reply as they say, go tell Sultan.
They follow Sultan. That's a very funny thing.
No, it's true. So they've set 1st of March as their day where they go celebrate their this thing.
I ask this thing. The very leader with the cash, with the kidnap, they don't live on.
The thing they pay me for that. Whether
where they live and go.
Let me tell.
You see their hand now.
I'm looking.
They never pay the money. They try to gather the money.
I'm looking beyond the headline. That thing
they are trying to gather money. I think they still give them time.
That thing might be they might have a political undertone because he's a high-profile person. Forget that because he represents the Yoruba race.
If they do that guy anything, the wire where they take hold West, they just break up.
At the youth level, it's a very important position in the hold. Because if to say now, let's say Yoruba man, and they kidnap maybe one Yoruba banker or one accountant, but this one, Femi Fere, they're organized.
Rufai don't call them. Don't touch that man.
Okay, man. Okay. Do you mean Rufai?
Rufai will not play politics. Don't touch that guy, you. If not, our plan does spoil.
Okay, yes, I read that one too. Say anybody were arrested Rufai, that jihad, where then they postpone since then go do it. This. But this.
They just threaten us with jihad. May they bring the jihad now, more Siam.
This Sultan letter. Don't be how many days now. This now not be in the next 3 days, isn't it? 26th is 26th February today, 27th.
Yes.
Then it's not a leap year, and therefore you go enter 1st March. This thing, the way they look at, if this 1st March hold, Muslims in the West, in Southwest celebrate their normal Muslim festival or all those things. Now, so it don't start to without.
It don't start with that. Now culture, no Nigeria they follow culture straight. They go like that. And then they look back again.
Not be next year you go tell them say until there's
no. See what they did was not a section of the imam in Lagos State. It was the majority of the imams in Lagos in the entire West that decided on it.
They didn't talk and say there is no this thing telling them that a Yoruba Muslim must be answerable to the Sultan, and the Sultan is that thing. The implication is that it's not democratic. They know they rotate them. So
No, they know they rotate
And
them.
that thing, that kind, this thing where they ground, I make them work on the bring all this Sharia law, come east.
Eh, now the thing when I cause the wahala now.
You know, that make those people they provoke so.
It's true. And so when I look at it, I say, yeah, but to me, you know, sometimes when you want to tell somebody no be anything, you just they do anyhow. It gets sometimes where person go verse. Because this idea that them be Muslim and every Muslim, the headquarter or something like this in Mecca, Saudi Arabia, just like a Catholic go say in Vatican. How come be say so a Yoruba person can observe something direct from Saudi? When they come Nigeria, he go say now you be everything go be like if not you know they rotate.
Iran, let me tell you one thing. Let me give you information. Iran, Iraq. Okay.
Please, let me say this. You know, Christian Association of Nigeria for Christians. There was a time Olubunmi Okoje, Catholic, be the head. There was a Sunday Bank of a Methodist.
Mbak, yeah.
Bank also. There was a time Ayo Richard Jeffo was the
head
of Pentecost.
Was the head.
I think that and they are Kiola of Anglican. So it's not like Christian. So it's an association. But this one where you say Muslimi Nigeria just gather people, then only Sultan go they prescribe, go they no. That's why people say no. They won't.
You know, say before the secretary of Islamic one Yoruba man.
I forgotten the name.
I forgot his name. So if I say the guy can't buy, when they buy, they can't change and whether not they good give to that Igbo man, and I they make that mistake.
Mr. Eze. When I read the thing, I say, okay, which one be Mr. Eze? which one be say Eze?
You know, say you they talk one thing, say if you be a con man, you not gonna know when you go con yourself.
Yes.
They don't con themselves, and I they always say one thing. When I tell people to say this thing, you say once about Nigeria, not be Libya. There is the string where you go draw. You go draw. If you go break, it go bounce back on you. Now the thing don't break now. They don't draw, it don't break, it don't bounce back.
It's true. And do you know the annoying thing? This Sharia, they didn't portray a good image. Even if you are not a Muslim, when you look at the way they say, maybe there's a country called the Indonesia, even Turkey. These are progressives. The largest Muslim country in the world in terms of population, now Indonesia. Not be Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia is not like that is where this thing. He said, but now Indonesia, and go there and see. Okay.
Thank you.
Niger Watch. Thank you. You really tried.
You don't try.
Nobody, nothing do you, nothing.
Nothing do you. We are praying for you.
How them praise Obaseki?
The lane will not be the goal, so that lane be as it get. Who shall be? Who go to concern Muslim, Islam, and all this?
No, we are talking of
that area is a dangerous area. You don't go there at all.
Okay, let's leave that. But now, we were just repeating headline
There's no, that's not our headline. Talk about our country. You guys just diverted into another area that is prohibited.
It's okay.
You know, when you talk about Islam, talk about this, talk about they can pick offense from that.
Okay. You know? Anyways, people can.
When you guys were talking about Tinubu, our 2027 would be our Wiki will be sidelined and all that. Blah, blah. I'm here listening. That's fine. You people just jump out of there, just goes to another area. How did you get there?
No, we were just random thoughts. We were just this. No worry.
Nigerian politics.
But we can really done. Maybe like black people are saying gay kids for US. I don't know. So, but we can don't really. I don't see say kaki no be leather, no be all those. Way they make. Maybe
Baba go dump am. It's don't reach time now.
I tell you, say as a captain of a ship, when ship one sink, whether na your friend the day born, you go begin throw away some people. Make the ship balance.
Mama they tell me, Mama they tell me say with the kind shirt we OBJ with the kind shirt we Baba OBJ wear during the election of 2023 where they support Peter Obi. Mama they tell me say this agenda where they go also. Now what you go bring some person like Peter Obi come out for the next election. I mean, now when I just see you, I don't know whether they did right because the way the things they go now, in fact, once everybody don't know same that Igbo agenda na lie that time. Before you know, now things will just
end
turn
for
around.
Article no fit do anything again.
Go because what they call about OBJ right now, the campaign where they do so Atiku no say na this in this town. Now make can sit down like that and be like who drip poison.
Go watch that video. Article no smile, he no clap, he no do anything. Just look all of them.
It's your hard face, night carry.
Do they know how IBB they feel? Do they know how IBB they feel since 1993? It is a fowl, the chicken, the sweat.
They send them. He comes for their show. You say it is. They send them before.
No, especially wait I will take for what this year they talk so. Especially when they say IBB can't see the way Nigeria can't go after June 12th. This can't get worse and worse and worse. The conscience now they forgive her. So you go make confess before you enter grave. Make for enter grave in peace.
Hey, Igbo people say to run mad, no be problem. Anybody can run mad. The wahala now, the waka when they inside. Now the waka to run mad. If you run mad there one place, you never be mad. You go the waka here. Now the waka now they are problem there.
Baba go carry the best people now. They beg all of them. They watch now.
Okay, thank you, Niger Watch.
Thank you, Niger Watch.
Thank you.
Thank you, my
Thank you very much, Mr. Niger Watch. God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you, Oga. Thank you, Oga Prince, Mr. Jonathan, my brother, Black Panther. God bless you all. I appreciate your discussion. I was here listening, learning. I just don't want to strain my voice more. But yeah, 2027 is what these guys are fighting for. Like I've always said, every saga, everything that is currently going on right now, these guys are not doing these things because of you and I. They are doing it for their selfish interest. They are already setting up the board, putting their people, satanic people in places, and they'll start presenting themselves very, very soon. Black Panther says something which I agree with 100%. You can be in PDP and you'll be working for APC. Yeah, there's every possibility that Natasha might be working for Tinubu for 2027 and she'll still remain PDP if that's where she belongs. So yeah, these have happened before. For example, Wike is still a PDP man and he worked for APC. So we've seen that so many times. So we know more about this area, especially in my state, but there are some things I'm not allowed to talk about, even though I will not offend the media, even though I even refuse to use the word allegedly, but I will trigger the anger of some elites in my state and they'll go after me. If not, there are some things I would have been revealing here for you guys. I told you guys that politics now waiting there our hand. We're born inside. We know how it works. So, but I will leave it there. I mean, not go push myself talk come on for the lane where I'm not supposed to do. But that word where Black Panther talk, I have a lot of cementation to what so much that I have in mind, especially in my state. And so all of us will be arguing. Although when I talk, I listen to myself. And I have a limit of what I can see. But nevertheless, I want you mute yourself. Noise is coming from someone there. But one thing that you must understand is that we have a long way to go in Nigeria. A very, very long way to go. Because sometimes when you and I are fighting on the left, the main thing is on the right. or when we are fighting on the right, the meetings on the left. I'll leave it like that for you to digest that readers. Thank you very much, my people. And for IBB and Peter Obi, there's something I wanted to say today, but because of my voice, I couldn't. I have a very, very vital information that I want to pass concerning Peter Obi and IBB. I have a submission that you all will see in a different angle, coming from a very extreme, reliable source. But let's see how it goes. If I did not scrap it though, if I did not scrap it, but depend on the mood someone would be. I know say when we are on that mood, we can spit fire anyhow. We like it. But just look out for my monologue in my coming, IBB and Peter Obi. But I'll leave everything right now. I want to say you guys have managed to handle the platform with your wonderful submissions. Mr. Jonathan, Oga CM, Black Panther, Oga Prince Collins. And Patricia tried and she later left us here. I appreciate you all and God will bless you now. Thank you very much, mother of all. The wonderful mother. Thank you, mommy. I appreciate you. Thank you for all that you do. I appreciate you, Madam Amy Bright. Patience Yaruwa, Michael Ganamaro, Rosemary Sass, Love Bob, AB, Patience Yaruwa, and many, many others. Now God will bless you. Now we've come to the end of this broadcast. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Fingers crossed, 7 p.m. Nigerian time. Lastly, let us always stand for what is right, regardless of whoever that is involved. Regardless, if not your papa and you know what you stand for, it's not aligning with what your dad is doing, you must speak and say it how it is. I posted a video earlier on my platform concerning my monarch. Some of you coming to my distance, why would you post that kind of video? Now me go record that video, me go punish you now. That video why I post, now me record them. People who recorded it, now they don't have to start to they say, oh, why they post these videos? Videos are supposed to be on the public space. Not be me and my team go record that video. Going from one community to another, now me go record them. But I'm still not lane, eh? I appreciate every one of you. Like I said, I don't want to be pushed this evening. If not, sometimes it might just jump out. God bless you all. Have a good evening, my people. And I'll see you guys, fingers crossed, tomorrow, 7 p.m. Nigeria time. Bye for now.
And I can't get no gato bago. Oh, sana genera. And I can't get nagari usina. Dano yebe, ea jebena. Oh, sagu meto bago. Ibe fu biete. Ia kwero ya uke. Ie que na mi ujata my money day. I mie va pone. O se ni na po pepe jevago. I may be not my amen, and I get Popo Chris. I did know then. Oh, piano, they go, Nagigo, oh, no, Nagi, they go, Igu Sebu, Mujua. I gonna do that fair. If I go, I will step agi. Una jaya de Nabo, I'm gonna die to a win. Iteveni pia, eviteveni ku. Waga we bien se o, no bukamina chiwajo oh osagu meware ni ware ni myomatie no ma myomatie ah agite ojo oh osagu meware ni ware ni myomatie no ma myomatie oh agite ojo oh itangani kuya kebi tangani ko wae yalare o waki madosi ona owe kyo amega mwe o weno yo hana eluwa managi we biojo agi sede yunu ke katona oh ebi na uyo hao el haya ba obanagi uda abagba ebe agi sebe ibiedu be ama fanoko agi ebi noruwe ama